Welcome to Northstars Live. I'm your host, Ellie Marie Watts.
Hi, and I'm Gavin Thurston.
Northstars Live is back for another week to bring you the most up-to-date Newcastle Northstars news, analysis and interview around a game day live stream. We're just moments away from the puck dropping on the Northstars' first game of the season against Sydney Ice Dogs. The Northstars have been on the road for the past 2 weekends in Melbourne and in Sydney, but we're back at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium today, and I expect we're in for a really good game, Gav. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Well, it feels like a while between games for me, because I missed the last game that we hosted, and it's a great game to come up against the Ice Dogs here. So
absolutely,
very much looking forward to this one.
So yeah, like we mentioned, the Northstars have been on the road. They're in Melbourne on the 25th, 26th for a doubleheader against the Mustangs and Ice. The Northstars won both their games. They won 4-3 against the Mustangs on the Saturday, 6-4 against the Ice on the Sunday. Last weekend in Sydney, their first single game weekend since the start of the season, they had a huge win, 3-2 against the Bears. And I say it was a big character win because we farewelled 2 imports, Dominic Gabai and Andre Smark, after the Melbourne games. We're down, Richie Tasaric. We're down a couple of players actually, and actually it was very similar to the first game we played against the Bears. We're down most of the game, but just overcame, kept going, and to win the game.
Exactly.
So,
no, it's a great comeback for them, and a fitting tribute to the guys that were leaving the team. It was good for them to take that win in their last game, and leave on good thoughts from Newcastle.
Absolutely. And JFK, sort of said afterwards that he thought their team played the best they had as a team so far. It wasn't really dependent on single people. It was the team coming together. So he said, he was really proud of the effort the boys showed and the consistency. So, he said he's confident if we keep going like this. It's a winning team. He didn't say championship winning team.
No, he won't put that mocker on himself yet.
No.
So.
But so that last win was, the 11 games.
Yeah.
Had 10 wins from 11 games, which is a really good start to the season for us.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, that was our first 1-game weekend.
Yeah.
It was pretty
after 5 consecutive
doubleheaders for Newcastle. So big start to the season. And to get all those wins that we've had in those doubleheaders has been fantastic. Especially trip down to Melbourne, which is never easy, and to come away with 2 wins from there, get all the points from that weekend is fantastic. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Sydney Ice Dogs. The Ice Dogs were due to play Melbourne Mustangs yesterday, but due to I believe it was
fog.
Really heavy fog in Sydney, they weren't able to fly in. So the Ice Dogs are fresh for this game. Yeah. So
it can work both ways. That too, like they're the unknown that as we've seen with the Newcastle with the doubleheader weekends, we've been enjoying that. So these guys are getting fit enough now that they can do back-to-back games. But again, like you said, it gives them a bit of an advantage that they're not tired. They've got no injuries from last night's game or anything like that. No niggles, so they'll be fresh and ready to go.
Yeah. So in comparison to the Northstars' 11 games, the Ice Dogs, they've played 9 games so far this season. Yep. They've had 3 wins, 5 losses, 1 overtime loss. So they're sitting currently 5th on the ladder comparative to the Northstars on top. But as we've seen in the past, that doesn't mean anything.
I won't take anything from that. Yep. Andrew Petrie, or Fridge as he's known as the coach, he coached Newcastle in 2015, 16, 17. Won 2 championships in 15-16, so he knows what it is. Newcastle has set the plateau for what a team is supposed to be like this year, and Fridge will have his team up for that. Be nothing better for the Ice Dogs to come up here and beat Newcastle at their home ice. You're not going to walk away. And JFK is going to have his team up for it too. He's really got his guys working well, and I really enjoy what he's doing with 3 lines. We've got 2 top lines that can fit it with any teams in the league, and then our 3rd line is contributing as well. Not just contributing as far as points, but as far as points against. They're not getting scored against when they're on the ice. Some of them are playing in the penalty kill as well. So that's really what builds a championship team, is having 3 strong lines in this league. And if we can keep that rolling all year round, we've got a good chance. And Thomas Lander, now that he's not considered as an import, he's Australian. That's just huge for us as far as that calibre of player that's fitting into that second line, and he's getting points per game as well. I've seen his stats on the couple of away games. He's scoring goals and assisting as well.
Absolutely. And so tonight's game, I think, will be a little bit of a test for the team because, as we mentioned, Dominic Abai, Andre Smark have departed the team. Andre was always going to leave around that May. He has other commitments. Dom had a season-ending injury against the Ice on May 18th. So both of those guys are gone, but that means 2 roster spots to fill, which the North Stars have done in Trey Phillips and Luke Simpson. So the boys are both Canadians. Trey's a defence, Luke's a forward. Their combination is going to be interesting to see because they played 3 seasons together for the Canmore Eagles in the Alberta Junior Hockey League together. So they're excited to be playing back together, and I know North Stars GM Gary Dore was kind of really keen to see how they play together because he said they should make a dynamic forward defensive combination. Well,
I've spoken to Ray and Joey as well, and just from the one training that they've been to, they're pretty confident that those boys will be able to fill those positions that have been vacated. Andre was a fantastic defenseman for us. He controlled the game in the defensive zone and also brought it forward into the offensive zone. He is great mover of the puck, great reader of the game, and so there's big shoes to fill there with these boys. The points that Andre and Dominic had during the games that they played are pretty high points.
Absolutely.
They were definitely contributing to the team.
Dom was his third goal scorer for the North Stars, and Andre was the fourth behind Sammy Bango and Francis Drolet.
That's right. That weekend that Dom went down and got 2 hat tricks.
Double hat
trick. That's going to throw some points towards your tally. So it's a shame to see those guys go, but pretty
really
exciting.
Keen to see, Luke and Trey.
Very exciting and great for us media people to sort of take in that and meet the guys the other night and You see him at training, that doesn't really mean much until you see him in a game.
Absolutely.
The crowd will be keen to see what these boys bring.
Well, we actually caught up with Luke and Trey at practice on Thursday and had a bit of a chat. Thursday's the day that he landed, and then as soon as they got in the doors, we're like, "Here, come and chat with us." So we'll go
to that Newcastle.
We'll go to that interview now.
Hi, Lucy Vaughan here with the Newcastle Northstars. I'm here with our newest import, Luke Simpson. Welcome to Newcastle. First things first, what's 3 things that Newcastle Northstars fans should know about you?
That I'm from Canada. I'm coming with my good friend Trey Phillips, who I played junior hockey with. And this is my first time being overseas.
Wow, so how was that for you? How was the flight?
It was a long flight. Fortunately, was able to sleep most of it. But I'm happy to be here.
Tell us a bit about where you've played hockey before.
So I played junior hockey in Alberta, Canada with Trey. I played high school hockey in Saskatchewan. I spent 2 years in Minnesota playing hockey and then came back up to Canada to finish my schooling and play hockey there. Yeah.
So now that you're in Australia, what are you most excited for?
To learn how to surf. Yeah, I was talking to some of the guys we just met, and I'm excited to get out and try and learn how to do that. Yeah.
What do you think your biggest strength is as a player?
I would say playing down low in the offensive zone. Usually just trying to get to the front of the net, use my size a little bit, and get some offense that way.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to see you playing the weekend. Thanks for your time, Luke.
All right, thank you. Looking forward to it.
So that was an interview with Luke.
Luke.
Yeah. Always keen for a bit of a surf.
Yeah, isn't it unreal? That must be our big draw card to get them down here. Come and learn to surf in Newcastle and play hockey while you're in your spare time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and so I think we also caught up with Trey as well.
Hi, Lucy Vaughan here with the Newcastle Northstars. I'm here with Trey Phillips. Welcome to Newcastle. How excited are you?
Thanks, super excited. Yeah, we just got here today, so it's all brand new. Yeah.
So, 3 things about you. What does a Newcastle Northstars fan need to know?
3 things about me. From Canada, my name's Trey, and I play defense.
Any other hobbies apart from hockey or favourite food? Something interesting.
I like to golf. Hobbies. I don't know.
Is that it?
Yeah. into Game of Thrones, I guess. Kind of disappointing ending there, but yeah, I don't know.
So, first game on the weekend, what's your biggest goal?
Biggest goal? I think just to kind of, fit into the team, try to contribute. The team's already doing really well, so hopefully me and Simmer can find a place on the team,
So whereabouts have you played hockey before?
Before this, I played junior hockey in Canmore and then for 4 years, and then I played 4 years at the University of Vermont. And then just this last year, I played in Jacksonville in the East Coast, and then in Fort Wayne halfway through, I got traded. So,
yeah. Play a bit of both.
Yeah, exactly. Florida and then Indiana, so it was quite a bit of a change, but no, it was a good experience both places.
So when we see you out there in the weekend, what do we expect? Are you a big hitter? Are you a little bit more subdued?
Not the biggest hitter, I guess. More of a puck-moving, skating defenseman.
All right, thanks for your time, Trey. We're looking forward to seeing you play in the weekend.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
So a puck-moving skating defenseman.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well,
I know what that means, but what does that mean, Gav?
He'll transition the puck a lot quicker, so he's not going to muck around with the puck in his own end. As soon as he gets the puck, he's going to look for outlets on getting a puck back moved up forward. From what I've heard, he's very quick. So I wouldn't be surprised if he, rushes it a few times up, and depends what our forwards are doing and how far back into our defensive zone he's got to go. But I would say he's a good transition player, and wait and see.
Well, Northstars fans will be seeing another new face out on the ice today. We have a man named Thomas Clinic. He's from Queensland. He joined the Northstars in Sydney last weekend against the Bears. He sort of filled in for a couple of places that were left empty. Richie, who was injured in a game as well, but he's back tonight. Matt Watini was back. He played in Melbourne and Sydney with us, but he's not playing tonight. And also out tonight will be Matt Lindsay.
Yeah, Matt's just got a little bit of an injury at the moment, so just going to rest him precautionary tonight. But it's good. JFK's brought the young fella down from Queensland. What was his name again?
Thomas Clinic. Yes.
Just to give him a bit of an idea on what the AIHL is. Now that Brisbane don't have a team in the AIHL, it's sort of hard for those guys up there to get a taste for it. Mm-hmm. So, I think he played in the Australian youth team, so that's why he's been sort of noted with JFK. And so that's why he's getting a bit of a run. I'd say we got a bit of a short bench tonight with defensemen, so I'd say we'd only run with 4D. He might get a shift in here and there. I wouldn't expect our forward lines to change too much as far as what JFK's been running with. So,
Alrighty, well, we're winding down for warm-ups, so we'll go across now to Peter Lambert in the commentary booth.
Hello there.
Hey, how's it going, Pete?
G'day, Ellie. Welcome back.
Thank you. So, Pete, I wanted to have a chat with you. The Northstars are having a cracking start to their season, 10 wins from 11 games. Mm-hmm. As someone who's been with the team since pretty much day dot, is this the best start the team has had in the history of playing AIHL, or one of the best?
A bit of both. It warned me you were going to pop this on me, and I didn't want to just go from my fuzzy memory of 18 seasons or whatever. So I did go back through the numbers, and wasn't really that surprised. Northstars have always been a team that have kind of been a coming home team. Often we've picked up some really high level players, but we've had to wait for them. So often the beginning of our seasons are so-so. We've wins and losses. Mm-hmm. But we come home with a wet sail. We did that several seasons, 2006, 2018, 2013, etc. Probably not 2018, 2008 and 2013. There was a bunch of seasons where we finished really, really strongly. But surprisingly, our best start ever to a season unbeaten was 9 in a row in 2003.
Beaten?
Which was not really that surprising because, like this year, we had all of our best players at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So that was a big difference this year. So it was 9 unbeaten, then we lost a couple and so on. So is it the most wins in a row? No, but it is our best season start to 11 games.
Oh, that's excellent.
Pretty important. Yeah, there was another season... Yeah, there's another season where I think we had a bunch of games we won in shootout. I think it was around 2012 or 2011. We had a bunch of games we won in shootout and then wins and then one loss. But in some ways it was as good. But this is definitely the best over 11 games for sure.
And what are we expecting out of tonight's game, Pete?
Yeah, Gav and I talked about this game a little bit earlier. I think it's going to be really about the second and third line tonight. Of course, the other thing is containing the Crowder brothers, who we hear much about, and their credentials are enormous.
Yeah.
Northstars are missing Matt Lindsay most specifically. Is a bit of a blow for them, but they have got Richie Testerick back. And, of course, we've got Trey Phillips and Luke Simpson coming in new. The cover now, we don't have Dominic and we don't have Andre going back to their country. So, look, I think it's really going to be a fast game.
Yep.
Northstars will have the ability of running 3 full lines, and I think they're going to probably get their best opportunities to score in the second and third line. And it's just going to be, can the Crowder brothers and I assume Bartas will play in goal for the Dogs, can they make the difference? So that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be very exciting. There's a very old and established rivalry between these two teams. It goes right back to 2003 final. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Pete, well, it looks like we're about to get underway, so we'll leave you guys to get ready. You and Tori on the commentary tonight.
Yeah, that's right. She's here with me. We'll be up here. We'll be up here with you soon.
Great. All righty. Catch you later.
All right, bye.
All right. We're just moments away from the puck dropping on today's game. Thank you for tuning in to Northstars Live, but stick around from some of the period breaks. We'll have some bench side interviews, and then there's always the post-game show afterwards. So we'll leave you for now.
The Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassett with a shot, and he scores! And he tries to net walking, and he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! Teresi hits a shot, and scores! 4-4! Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores! And then towards Cox, Cox gets the shot away, Davis makes the save, no, it's in! It's in! First take the lead!
Live from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium tonight for this Australian Ice Hockey League game between the hosts of Newcastle Northstars and the visiting Sydney Ice Dogs. Welcome, Tori, to the commentary booth.
First time here.
Yeah, so exciting game tonight. We're going to have the first look at the Sydney Ice Dogs. We've heard a lot about this season. They've got some really top-level imports. Mr. Fridge Petrie is he does recruiting as a job, and he's definitely shown his chops there. He's brought in some pretty awesome players for tonight's game. So we've got a couple of real crackerjacks on the ice.
We do. I had a look at the different imports for the Ice Dogs, and I think Quayle's quite one to watch.
Yes, for sure. So they're going to have Gary Bartas in net, I assume, because I saw that Strat's not down to play. Oh, Tillman's also not down to play tonight.
Yeah.
So they have the two brothers, the Crowder brothers, who've been playing Lead Ice Hockey League in UK. And they've got Dylan Quayle, who's been racking up heaps of points in D. So he seems to be the same sort of mould as we've got with Trey Phillips and we've had with Andre Smark. That he's a really good attacking defenseman, carries the puck, moves the team out of his end really well. And that's been a kind of a recipe for success in the AIHL for a number of years.
Yeah.
So I think it won't be any different this season.
And I'm really excited to see the Ice Dogs play. First time we've played them all season. So, see what they bring.
Finally, our next game is the Brave. We haven't seen them all season either. So we'll get Mr. Stark and his team back up here next time in 2 weeks' time. That's our next home game.
Yeah.
And it'll be exciting to see what they have. But for focus on tonight, so Northstars, they have Richie Tesserick back.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Trey Phillips in to cover. Now Andre's gone. And we've got Luke Simpson now that we've had Dom Goodbye go back as well.
Yep.
So we could also talk about last weekend. Did you were you party to that game at all?
I watched the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I listened to it. I listened to your commentary. That's right.
Yeah.
I listened to the commentary.
Yeah.
And unfortunately I couldn't make the game down in Sydney, but I thought it was quite exciting.
It was an excellent game. It really was. And the two games Northstars won in Melbourne. We had the win last weekend. I think it really showed that we're the real deal.
Yeah, and I think, we played Sydney Bears that first home game, and we just got over them, and I think we really played, it was quite a similar type of game.
Well, you got to remember last week we had 2 imports out of 4.
Yeah.
And we didn't have Richie Tesserick. We were carrying some other problems as well, but still round out that win, which was really impressive. And the coaches, Gary, everyone was really impressed with how the team did last week against the odds, really. It was a game really we probably should have lost.
Yeah.
But didn't because of the good teamwork, the good effort, end-to-end hockey and all that.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the lights are off on the rink, as you can see behind us. We'll have the presentations and the anthem in a moment. Here comes the guys onto the ice. So just tonight, just let you know that we've got Trey Phillips in 44 and Luke Simpson will play in 45. So a couple of new numbers for us. I'm not sure if Tom Clinic is playing. If he does get on the ice, he'll be wearing 15, which is the number that Connor Schultz was playing in previously. But what the guys needed was extra numbers in defence. So that's why they've picked up Thomas Clinic from Queensland, because most of the other guys that had down here, they had some down here for camp before the season started. All these guys are forwards, but Thomas is different that he is a defenseman, so they needed more coverage in D. So the guys are taking to the start line, and we've got Candice out there already with the grunk. She's going to be doing the national anthem for us. You can all be upstanding at home for the national anthem.
Take your hats off.
Yes.
Remove your hats and welcome Candice Tan to center ice to sing our national anthem.
Thank you, Candice. That was great. We got 2 teams lining up against each other. Looked like Rick West is wearing the stripes tonight. And we've got Daniel and Nick, our normal lineys tonight, looking after us on the line. So just want to go through the Ice Dogs team a little bit there, Tori. So we've got a couple of guys that have been scratched. See, Billy Cliff is still not back. And the other guy who's been really missing at the moment is Cameron Todd. He got injured earlier in the season, and that's a real blow for him because he's an awesome little player. So Grant Tillman's a scratch. That's tactical because they've got the availability of their other 4 imports that they've brought in. Grant Tillman, Trey Allen seem to be pretty happy here in Australia. We can't get rid of them, so I think we're keeping them for good. It's great to have those guys here in Australia. And look, when these guys decide to stay, it really adds the community in big time. These guys are usually passionate about the sport. They build the sport here. And they'll help this rink is run by an ex-import, as we know. That's a lot of the case around the league. A lot of the guys who are involved in these AIHL teams came to Australia because of hockey at some stage, or came to Australia and discovered hockey, and it was part of the reason why they stayed. So it's one of the big reasons why AIHL is a success here in Australia.
We got Bartis in net.
Thank you. And it looks like Dane Davis's pads down the far end.
Yep, that's Dane up there.
Rick West has a puck. And we're underway. North Stars win that face-off, and quickly Trey Phillips moves the puck. He gets it back. He does skate very nicely. Moving it forward, onto the stick. In comes Banga. Cross-ice pass. It's loose and picked up by Thomas Manko and into the corner. And Phillips racing, already pinching in. So aggressive D-man and quick on the skates. He's going to back up quickly now as he's got incoming. A shot on net is an easy stop for Dane Davis. And the Dogs pressuring the net well, but as a stop of play just 26 seconds into the game.
That was a quick one.
That's how we like it. Now that's ideal for goalie Dane Davis. He gets his hand on the puck quickly. Goalies like to have their first touch pretty soon in the game.
There you
And
go.
there was it was a little bit of a mulling rubber, but chance again for the Dogs quickly. Off the face-up, but North Stars steal it away, and they're going to break out. Dogs get back on side, or they'll give up an odd man rush. Shot on net, and an easy save of Bartis right in the logo. When Waring pressuring the net. And look who we got on the ice, sorry. It's all local line against the crowded Dogs.
Yeah.
So that, I heard Jaffa in Melbourne 2 weeks ago said that was arrogance. I think that's confidence. That's not arrogance, that is confidence.
We've got a really good line.
What I'm saying, this is a checking line. They're out there to be a checking line to give the Crowder brothers no space. And that's what they've got to do. And it's not an easy job. There's not many people around who can do that. Out of the zone due to some good forechecking right there. So the Ice Dogs have it though, and they're going to try and bring it back in on the attack. Here they go now. Bumped off the puck there. That was Thomas Lander loose in front. And Davis has pinned it out. Now we've got a liney down. He's okay.
Oh.
He gets a cheer from the bench. It's not the bench are cheering more than the crowd.
They maybe didn't see it.
Oh, well, the bench saw it.
So both goalies have now touched the puck.
That's it. They both had their first touch.
We're on our way.
So I haven't seen Garrett Bartis. He's fairly tall, looks fairly thin, which is pretty much the ideal build for a goalie, tall and thin, so they can move around quickly and have extra reach and size of a larger body. But then again, I've seen some pretty damn good goalies who are only little fellas, and they're so mobile, so it can go either way. North Stars trying to break out of their end right now. There's good pressure from the Ice Dogs. Trey Phillips flicks it off boards, and this is kind of the opposite. Now we've got North Stars with imports out there, but the Ice Dogs are keeping them contained well. Stolen puck, picked up there by Ferrari. He'll get it across to, I think it's Phillips with him. Back to Ferrari. Tries the right wing. Into the zone they come. I think it's Simpson, is it? Can't spot the... Yeah, that is Simpson. That was his first... I don't think it was his first shift. It was the first time I called him. Ice Dogs are changing, so North Stars are going to do a bit of a quick up. Into the zone comes Simpson. Fishes it out between his legs. He's moving it across. I think he needs to know the rule is to pass it to Sammy. Get it to Sammy Banga.
Yeah, well, Sammy's our leading scorer and also the league's leading.
He's on a different line.
Oh.
My fault. Yeah, Sammy's on a different line. Yeah, he's the top scorer.
Top league scorer at the moment.
There's a bit of a race between him and Dom goodbye earlier, but with Dom going home, Sammy's got the lead to himself. With the other two guys going up quickly, the two Crowder brothers. Shot on net, saved by Bartis. And the Ice Dogs move it out quickly and to safety. Well, North Stars get it back. Drolet moving in. Quick shot on the short side and saved by Bartis. Into the corner it goes for Malloy. Now Powell. Hamish Powell gets it away to Banga. He's working out there with Drolet. So what you've got is, you don't have Jaden Ryan out with those two at the moment. Oh, big hip check from Burt. And he just misses a target, and he puts that hip into the boards. And Ice Stomps trip up Malloy behind the play. Rick West wasn't there to see it. Puck loose and chipped out of the zone. It's bouncing. I think the Dogs are going to get to it first. They do. That's Dylan Quayle for the Ice Stomps wearing 73. He gets it across there to Dan Pataki. In front, and no chance there. Alex Stevenson taking a piece of Pat Naden in front of the Ice Dogs net. Naden pulls out of a check wisely. This probably would have been late under the new rules. Bartis just paddles that away, so he doesn't have to worry about playing it. Yes, it is paddling in the way he is actually playing, isn't it? Puck is loose. Chasing it down is Connor Lee, one of the young fellas for the Ice Dogs. Bouncing around, Northstars keep it in neutral area. Skating around is Carini. He'll backhand it in, and first to the puck is Trey Phillips. Reverses to Tesserick, having, I think it's his first shift since he was injured a few weeks ago. Onto the stick, in comes Simpson, comes across. Tesserick in front. Bartis makes a stop. It's loose though, and they're digging for it.
And we've got a little bit of a scuffle in front of the net here.
It's a dog pile in front of the net. I think it's Luke Simpson, is it? Yep. He's playing like a junior player still. That's what we like to see, just getting in there and annoying some Ice Dogs.
And I think that worked. Awesome. So what do we think of the game so far?
Well, it's been fast. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Luke Simpson and Trey Phillips.
Really showing their presence on the ice.
Yeah, and what I expected is happening is that JFK spreading his imports across the lines, because Ice Dogs are more reliant on the North than imports this year than the Northstars are. Mm-hmm. Therefore, if they've got Northstars have the depth to spread their imports across a couple lines, that means that Fridge either has to do the same thing with the Ice Dogs, spread his guys across a couple lines, or load them up and hope that he can outlast them on the second, third line.
Yeah.
So he's probably going with the former. He doesn't want to split up the two brothers and Dylan Quayle, so I think it's going to be, and of course one of their imports is out there the whole time. That's being a goalie, which is handy. So we're going outside for the face-off. Yeah, it's because they've been moved outside, probably because the Northstars were, they might have had a D-man come in, or because of just the moving the net off up into the ceiling, and that will stop play.
Quick couple of seconds play there.
Yeah, well, if you put it into the ceiling, it's an automatic stop of play.
Yeah, I think I'm really interested to see what Quayle has to do tonight.
Well, he's got the puck right now. Sends it across, gets it back. Got a shake off the forecheck by Richie Tesserick. Puck is loose and Northstars, then picked up by Ben Malloy. He'll reverse it, and a long pass goes to the far side. It's onto the stick there, Luke Simpson, but with him was at number 4, Lachlan Farming. Started the season with the Bears, but was going to have a better opportunity with the Ice Stomps, and so he moved across. And that's on net. Stopped by Bartis. We've got 10-12 left in the first period.
So I've been doing a little bit of research on the Ice Dogs, and Quayle was in the top 4 of the league for scorers.
As a defenseman,
yeah.
Face off. Crowder Brothers win that one. Drolet trying to shake off a check. Coming in late was Phillips, pinching in, and Ice Dogs nearly get away with a bit of a rush. That's over a stick. Kind of tries to jump over the man, doesn't get across. Trying to direct on net, saved by Bartis. Ryan has the puck right now, Jaden Ryan. He's out there with Simi Banga again. He's been playing with a lot of this season. Banga tries to move in front, backhander, and gets across to Drolet, but he couldn't get it away. It was skipping on him into the corner. Ryan stick, watch out, Banga's got the puck. Through a screen, it's off a stick and up into the netting for a stop of play. 9:31 left in the first. No scoring yet.
We've got a few chances so far up this end. It's nice to see that we're up the offensive zone early.
Usually that's my initial indicator on who's leading the game at the moment, so we've definitely seen more attacking in the Ice Dog zone, possession in the Ice Dog zone. Ice Dogs, as we expect, have got some good counter attacks going. Here's Quayle, and he'll be behind them. Long pass, gets the stick of Thomas Manco into the zone. He comes. He can't get around the North Stars D. Paddy Ward there stopping it, and stopped there by Dane Davis. Gets a good touch. 9:15 left in the first.
Just as I said that, we're now back down the other end.
Yeah, it's stop and play though, not quite the same. We'll see what they can do with it.
Well, a little bit of hold up there. Next time, remind me to bring some binoculars to see up that end.
Yeah, my glasses aren't too effective at this distance. Plus, we're seeing through all the sort of puck marks and stuff left on the glass, stanchions, etc. Would be nice to be up above the ice.
All right. Well, while we're sitting and waiting, Sammy Banger. I want to see him get another hat trick tonight. He's been doing quite well with it.
Face off, won by the North Stars. They're going to reverse. Off the boards into the neutral zone. Newcastle do get to it, but they've got to get around a couple of players. That's going to be offside, so they know to get back onside. No, signal okay at this stage. So Southward doesn't need to touch up at the blue line. Sent back to Paddy Ward. He'll get it back. Long pass and bounces off the North Stars player into the zone. And a stop and play. Gareth Martis stops the puck. 8:47 left in the first. No scoring as yet.
Both lines are changing.
Face off. Newcastle win it. Rick goes down. Pataki worried he's going to get called there. Checks Rick Rex. No, he didn't get called. Battle for the puck. Thomas Lander pinned at the moment against the boards. Luke Simpson working with him. There'll be a good combination, those two. Breaking out the Ice Dogs. They set up the left wing, but can't get it on the stick of the man thanks to good offensive work at the blue line. Ice Dogs now on the attack, and we've got a player injured behind the plate. And it looks like McGregor, I think. We'll see how he goes.
Yeah,
I think
that
it
was McGregor.
A stick or a puck bumps up and got him in the face. I think is what happened there. Chipped out of the boards, but still in North Stars' end. They get out in the neutral ice, and we've got a foot race to the puck. First was Thomas Lander, but he can't get it to a teammate. He'll need to get onside, and they're offside.
So our local guys last week, Liam scored a goal.
He did, a backhander. Yeah, he came
Game
around.
Winning goal.
Came around behind the net, and Anthony Kimmel was watching him, and Liam said he thought that he was going to put it under the pad or try and five-hole it, but he actually got it up on the backhand and got it over him. On the attack now, Bert Malloy gets a short-sided shot away, and it's stopped by Bartis and picked up by Marino. To the blue line, kept in by Newcastle. No, it goes through and into the neutral zone. Pass under the stick there of Banger. He's got some traffic to work through, so he's going to hand it off instead into the attacking zone. But Ice Dogs are quickly there to separate the man from the puck. Off the boards, picked up by Drolet. Driving the net, short side, saved by Bartis. Loose and stopped again.
Oh, we nearly had another little rumble between Banger and Carini.
Pardon me, Hamish Power comes and gives him a little shoulder bump too. He's going to have no problem putting himself between someone else and Sammy Banger.
Yeah. And I think, historically we've always had a bit of a tussle game with the Ice Dogs.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of the Ice Dogs players don't remember that. And it's pretty much, we've had that generational change now too with Scott and Todd Stevenson leaving. It used to be the rivalry. Now these guys seem to have a really strong rivalry with Canberra and the Bears, the guys in the same rink. But it's still there, and lots of people in Newcastle remember. A lot of Sydney people don't. Banger turns the net loose in front. Power can't get in his feet. Drolet, a hard check there against Alex Stevenson. Strolley will steal it back. Shakes off a slash from Quayle too. And the second one's been called. Paddy Ward tries to get in front. Newcastle, delayed penalty on. That's going to be on Quayle, who had got called for the second slash there. And he doesn't seem to be. He seems to be very surprised by that. I thought it was pretty obvious. It's been called a cross check. I think it was more of a slash for me. But so Dylan Quayle will sit. Northstars
on the power play.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting, Tori, because Andre Smark was a Northstars power play. He made it work when he was here. So we'll see what happens now.
We got that's Richie.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the defensive line. I think we've got Tommy Lander back there, and is it Luke Simpson also playing? Yeah, so they've mixed it up a bit. They're giving Trey a rest. Jester gets it away, he gets it back. Back to the blue line for Simpson to Southwood. Simpson. It's short side. Nice setup there. They couldn't put it away there. Tesserick, and it's stopped by Bartis and his defensive helpman there.
6:22 left in period 1. Fixing up the nets. Come off its mooring.
We're going to have a face-off to the left of Garrett Bartis. Francis Drolet will take it against Paul Crowder, and Northstars win it. Goes to the blue line. Northstars still on the power play. Got a minute and a half for that to go. Bang, short side, attempt to get to Malloy, pinching in. Backhand, saved by Bartis. Picked up by Drolet. Northstars relentless on the attack. Another one, a busy stick there by defence. And keeps the Northstars out. Banga. He's got to shake off a couple of players, so he gets it to Malloy. He spins, gets it across to Phillips. Shot on net, loose, in! A wrestling match wasn't enough by McGregor, and Pat Naden gets that in through the crowd for a 1-0 lead by the Northstars.
That was a very interesting goal. I see someone on the ground.
Yeah.
I was too interested in that, and then all of a sudden we're
Pat Naden scored their own
scoring.
line down. Talk about sleeping on the job.
Excellent.
I did like how he got up and gave the guys who were pinning him a nice big smile.
Power play goal.
Yeah, so
Well done, and another local
goal. They have had a lot of those, and part of that is because JFK's had the confidence to mix up these lines and really put the to not just mix them up, so they're not a loaded line with two or weaker lines, but to mix them, but also he plays all three lines.
And that's Paddy's third goal for the year. We're having a bit of a
so Rick West is talking to Andrew Petrie about the goal. So I guess I was saying should the puck should have been frozen. Actually, it looks like there's been a penalty called as well. And normally a penalty called before the goal is automatically waived unless it was a major, which is not. So it must have been a penalty incurred after the goal. So I think that was Shannon McGregor.
Yeah, it was McGregor.
Number 7. So he's been sat for 2 minutes. And that's what the discussion would have been. So it would have been something after the whistle there.
Well, it's good to see the McGregors back on the ice after getting injured a few minutes ago.
He's
Back
going
in
to have
the
2
penalty
minutes
box.
of rest now. Face off. Ice Dogs have won that eventually, but they've passed it off a Northstars skate. And Quayle does a good job of pinning the stick of Richie Tesserick, and he's going to get called for hooking. He got caught out there with his stick under the arm of Quayle, and Quayle's drawn a penalty, I think. Quayle was actually, what are we getting penalised for? He didn't realise he'd actually drawn the penalty. So.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of confusion out there.
Well, it could have gone. No, it wouldn't have been holding. It could have been holding the stick too, but it could have gone either way.
Richie Tesserick is in the penalty box. We've also got the 1 minute 42 on the penalty for the Ice Dogs. So yeah, back to Paddy Naden. He scored. That's his third goal, and he 4 assists. So he's locals are going quite well this year. It's always good to see the local guys.
It's made a big difference this year.
Not just being dominated by the imports.
Well, it's not just scoring too, it's in other aspects of the game that are really making an impact. Ice Dogs have possession, so it's 4-on-4 for about a minute 30, and then there'll be about 20 seconds of one shift or less for the Ice Dogs, where they've got an advantage. Dylan Quayle with the puck right now. Paul Crowder carries it. He's going to take it to the left wing. It's chipped off his stick, so they don't get a clean breakaway. Into the zone. North Stars on the attack go away. Waits up, looks for some support. He's going to set up in the Ice Dog zone. He's got both two dogs coming with him really closely. He's changing spots with Trey Phillips. He's lost the puck off his stick. And going to reverse that for Sammy Banga. Trey Phillips is very keen to attack. Look at him pinching way down. Chance for the Ice Dogs. They've got the breakaway. We've got the two Crowder brothers. Pass across. Misses the target. Trey Phillips back to help out after his caught out pinching. Long pass under the stick here, and then he comes. Shoots. Goal! Luke Simpson, first goal. Yes. Picked the 5-hole there on Bartis and gets Newcastle ahead 2-0 while they're 4-4. And Ice Dogs caught North Stars with an input on the blue line there. No one watching him.
Good to see.
Yeah, the Ice Dogs were trying to catch up. A fair way behind there. Off the face-off. North Stars push it forward. It goes to the Ice Dogs, and Simpson's still on the ice after scoring that goal. Tacky crosses ice to Manco. Manco moves it forward, but it's right across ice and misses its target. A lot of these jerseys are tucked in, so I can't see some of the numbers. I think it was Dave Dunwoody 14, but you can't see half the number there. Yeah, it was Dave Dunwoody.
Yeah.
Dan Pataki around the boards. He gets it back. Thomas Lander stealing the puck with Simpson. Backhand to save by Bartis. And a stop of play.
3 minutes 47 left in period 1. North Stars are up 2-0.
A little handy face-off for the North Stars because they still have 11 seconds of penalty kill here because their power play is expired. So they push it forward and Ice Dogs get possession off the face-off. But they're still in the Ice Dogs zone. Not for long. Here comes Creaney. He's looking very good, this young fella. He's going to be import level soon, I think. Stop by Davis. He had plenty of traffic, so no problem stopping the puck with 3:35 left. And some pushing in the corner.
We've got Richie that's just come back on the ice and he's slowly skating up to see what's going on up the corner.
Well, it's good to see some feeling in the game. Gets the home crowd in. We've got a sellout here tonight at Home Race Standing Stadium. There are no seats left. All gone.
It's really good to see.
Especially we're 3 deep around the back here where we are.
We have, we haven't had a home game for a couple of weeks. And this is, then we've got a break next week before we have a double header back here. 2 weeks' time.
We've got Brave next. And then there's a period we have no games for 3 weeks.
Newcastle Rescue Northstars penalty to number 71,
we're not as regular after we get past this halfway point. We've had a lot of our games early. Long pass, and gets a touch on it. Pat Naden, it's into the corner, so it's going to be Naden versus Manco. Naden does get a check in on Manco, and he's going to bounce Tim Crowder, who got the puck away, though, to Thomas Manco. Crowder waiting for it. He's wearing 90. He's got an 80 chance for Pat Naden. Got a shot away despite Manco's defence. Crowder now gets it to Quayle. Back to Tim Crowder. Makes the move, gets inside, loses the puck thanks to the defence of the North Stars. Under 3 minutes now remaining. And there was offsetting penalties in that little scrum we had down there below, so it's counting down. We were still We've got, actually it's 4 and 4 we've got at the moment.
4 on 4, we got Shane Southwood in the box.
To the corner, a couple of hits being thrown. Attempted pass cut off by the North Stars defensive Francis Drolet. Shot on net through a screen and it goes out the other side. Another shot on net and behind the net it goes. Trey Phillips grabbed a little. Pinned, picked up there. So Quayle gets it to the Crowders brothers, which one that we've got. That was Paul. Shot to the screen. Redirect. Somehow, I think actually Brett Malloy hit that one. And it was saved by Davis. I think Malloy got a piece of that on his stick and directed it on there.
I don't want a home goal.
Well, it happens. It happened last weekend for the Bears.
Yeah. So we've got 2 minutes and 3 seconds in the first period left.
There's still 27 seconds of 4 on 4. Puck is loose to the Ice Dogs' benefit. Backhand attempt there goes wide. I think it was Dunwoody. Long pass onto the stick there. In comes Luke Simpson. No, it's Tommy Lander. He's got 2 men, so he gets bumped off the puck. Shannon McGregor goes the left wing. Nice move there by Matt Monahan to shake off an attacker and dumps it into the zone. Paddy Ward to retrieve. Dunwoody forward-checking. Playing a bit of forward this season. Started off forward, then he was defenseman for a long time and seems to be doing back on some forwards duties. Into the zone, North Stars come. Malloy, button hooks, gets to the late man coming in, Trey Phillips, and he's bumped off the puck. And that was a bit late, but not being called. Interference chasing the puck. It was just judged under the 1 second call period. Chance for Ice Dogs there. Squeezing in on the North Stars, and the puck goes wide, picked up by Newcastle. 1 minute left in the period. Taking the hit there is Lander. Puck is loose, Ice Dogs get it back in neutral zone on the attack. Good chance for them right now to equalise. Newcastle though get away, and they do get a pass into the neutral zone. Ice Dogs been really good at the end of this period, and stop a play.
30 seconds left.
So it looks like I thought Newcastle had maybe the Ice Dogs touched the puck. I thought there must be a penalty called as somebody pointed out.
We've got one of the Crowder brothers going.
Somebody Banger's going to the box, so he must have been hooking behind the play, and we've got Tim Crowder, I think it was.
Number 80?
Okay, I thought it was 90. The numbers are
we
similar.
We don't have our
as
glasses on, Pete.
Oh, you don't get to see the whole number. It's the problem.
They need to untuck themselves, I think. Make our jobs a lot
part
easier.
Of that, it's also just when the guy's spinning around, you only get it looked at it for a part of a second. Face off to the right on Bartis. Shot on net. Saved by Bartis. He can't find it, but his D can. And Karini will skate it out. He's going to go up the left wing. Looks inside. He's got on his inside Connor Lee. Burst of speed from him. They keep it in the North Star zone, and around the boards it goes. Off the stick of Lachlan Farming. Pass across ice, picked up by the North Stars. Only 6 seconds, so they're happy to kill some time as they're ahead 2-0. Long shot on net, stopped by Bartis. No one about, but it means he has to play it, and that's a stop of play. So
period 1 done.
End of period 1. North Stars leading 2-0. So who we have scoring? We had
Paddy Naden and Trey.
No. Luke Simpson we had on.
Was it Luke?
It was Luke Simpson. 45 with a breakaway. Welcome to Australia.
Yeah. I'm going to get them mixed up all season, I can see it.
They don't look much alike.
I know. I think it's the numbers.
Luke's
44,
quite a bit taller.
45.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That was just numbers we had in the bank here ready to go with jerseys.
Yeah.
So, what were your thoughts on the period? How do you think it's going?
Good. I think I'm really happy to see the North Stars on the board. 2 up. I think last week in Sydney we had to come back, so it's good to be on the front foot at the beginning.
Possession. Ice Dogs had a good end of the period there. They really picked it up. They carried the puck a fair bit. and they carried towards the end. They had some good attack. With that 4-on-4, that played to their benefits, to their strengths. With Ricardo Brothers and Quayle out there, and that way they could really stack them up. And it showed Northstars were pinned 3 for the first time in their end. But for a lot of that period, the Northstars had possession in the Ice Tigers' end, for more than the other way around anyway. So they looked a stronger team. So second period, I don't know. What do you think they're going to do?
Oh look, I think the Ice Dogs will come out and surprise us. I think we'll have a few chats with them, and it's an important game for them. They're just outside of the form, sitting on 5th at the moment. And they didn't play last night. They've got that rescheduled match.
That's true.
Because Mustangs couldn't get into Sydney.
Yeah, nobody could fly into Sydney.
Yeah. So I think the second period, we've definitely been up our end a lot more. But I think the second, I think the Ice Dogs will come out a bit more fiery.
Yes, I'll be interested to see if Coach Petrie changes lines up a bit to try and balance out what the Northstars are doing. But then I'm sure Fridge does look at the video. I'm sure he's been watching what we do. So
yeah, he's been up here a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, so he knows kind of what we do, and he's seen enough games. We obviously you guys are watching the stream. We're streaming.
Yep.
We've been in Melbourne. We were in Melbourne 2 weeks ago. You would have got to see those games as well. So he'll know what we're about.
Yeah.
But we do definitely have an advantage with the Northstars this season, being able to roll through lines, and that's been happening. JFK's even putting the third line out against the Crowder brothers and Dylan Quayle, so a lot of confidence from him and his extra lines to get the job done. We've got Hamish Powell playing out there with Simi Banger and Francis Belay, so that shows the confidence he's got, and just having a guy who's just willing to get dirty and dig, and that's Hamish Powell and Jade Ryan as well, because Hamish is a bit more bulk, a bit more just putting the body on the line for his guys as much as anything. And that's working out for him pretty well.
And I think one thing, Petrie can't see is the two new fellas. We've got our 2 new imports that no one's seen play. So we've got our little secret weapons.
All right, well, what we might do is we'll leave you here and we'll be back for the second period. But in between, we've got the Northstars coach, John Kennedy Jr., and he's with Ellie Watts.
Hi everyone, Ellie down on the Northstars bench, and I'm joined by Northstars coach John Kennedy. The Northstars are leading 2-0 over the Sydney Ice Dogs after period 1 with goals from Sammy Banger and Luke Simpson, the new import. Coach, how are you feeling after period 1?
Oh, feeling great. The boys came out flying, exactly what we wanted them to do. We're making plays, we're penetrating their zone, and we're able to get a goal off the power play. So solid first start. Absolutely,
and it was great to see the new imports. They seem to be kind of comfortable out there. They're getting their sticks under the puck, and even 1 goal, and we've got a 1 assist from each of them. Are you quite pleased with how all the teams come together today?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's only the first period, but like we said, it was a good start so far. And like you said, Luke Simpson, Trey Phillips are getting some puck touches. They're in the play, and they're doing well.
And more of what we've seen in period 1, or are you going to change things up for period 2?
Look, you can tell that the Ice Dogs want to play a chippier style of game. Just tell the boys to play hard between the whistle and obviously protect themselves. But outside of that, we have another gear to turn it up, so that's what we're looking to do in the second.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. This North Stars versus Ice Dogs game, Australian Ice Hockey League, of course. So we've had one period down. North Stars, Tori, leading 2-0.
2-0, yes. So we had Paddy Naden, one of the locals, and Luke. Was it Luke?
Simpson.
Luke Simpson.
Luke Simpson gets his first North Stars goal.
Yeah.
I think it was his first point.
Yeah.
On this first period of this game. So no goals for the Crowder boys, of course, so far, but they've been having an impact as we expected they would. And Garrett Bartis has been pretty good for the Ice Dogs. Really good for the Ice Dogs in the Ice Dogs end. They've been under a fair bit of pressure though. Majority of the possession going the North Stars' way. Not massively so, maybe 60-40. But definitely more chances for the North Stars.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely saw more action up this end, I feel. And we'll see what happens.
We'll have to see if we can get official shots after the next period and just find out exactly. Get some facts to back up our anecdotes here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
we just say it how we see it.
Yeah. So there's a couple of other games happening tonight too. So there'll be one in Adelaide, which I think is about to start, and or has started.
That's Melbourne Ice playing in Adelaide. Yeah, because they played Perth last night.
Yeah, so they're doing the dreaded split, which all teams have to do eventually. The other game is Canberra.
Yes, Canberra throwback to the Canberra Knights
game versus Mustangs.
Yes.
Yes, after the Mustangs couldn't travel yesterday due to the fog in Sydney, so it was pretty foggy around here too. Around Newcastle area, but apparently it was much worse in Sydney. So we've got teams back on the ice. It'll be interesting to see how they go. Clock is ticking down now. We're about to have our face-off, so we'll spin around and fill you in on the game as it goes. So this is obvious, as you mentioned, Tori, this is a really important game for the Ice Dogs. They're trying to keep in touch with the top four. The Bears have had some losses. They lost to us last weekend, and this last night the Brave beat them as well. So there's an opportunity there for the Thunder and the Ice Dogs to catch up to the Bears or to the Mustangs, depending on how their season goes. But yeah, for those couple of teams, those four teams underneath the top four, they need to take what opportunities they can to get wins. And this is one of those for the Ice Dogs right now.
Yeah, I think there's only about 7 points difference between 4th and 5th at the moment. Yeah. So, anything can happen.
So it's just interesting seeing Bert Malloy talking to Shane McGregor. Those two played together, of course, in the 2013 Ice Dogs when Bert was captain of that team, and they beat us in Melbourne for that grand final. So Rick West wearing the stripes. He's going to the dot, and Dan Bora and Nick Yarra are our linesmen. And here we go, ready for the second period. 2-0 lead for the North Stars, and we're underway. It's currently 4-4. There's some push and shove later in that first period. Had some coincidental. Well, they weren't coincidental because they're 4-4. Chance for Ice Dogs though, and defence separating the man from the puck. That was Thomas Lander putting his body on and separating Carini. Luke Simpson has to jump around Shane McGregor, and I think they might have got them offside. Is it? Yeah. So he had to get around Shane McGregor, who was going to throw a check. And that's put himself offside, so we got
already a stoppage in play.
Face off outside Bartis' end. Ice Dogs racing towards the puck. That's Carini. He's got to be one of the best prospects around the AIHL, the best young players. Davis sends it in the corner for Phillips. He gets a pass away to Ferrari, and he's going to go to the left wing. Behind, puts it between the legs, Drolet, and into the zone. Tim Crowder muscles the man off the puck. That was Pat Naden. And now it's up in the Ice Dogs' end. But they're under pressure here from the forecheck of the North Stars. Long pass, misses the man. Dave Ferrari was there, though, with the man. That was Alex Stevenson. Trey Phillips gets that around the board for Pat Naden. Long pass, bounces over the stick of Drolet and into the Ice Dogs' zone. He picked up by Dylan Quayle. Right now the Ice Dogs breaking out their zone. They try the boot shot off the boards and pick it up. Coming into the zone. Off Malloy's stick. Ferrari taps it away into the corner for Quayle to pick up. Tim Crowder. He's down low, but it's picked up by Thomas Lander, and the North Stars breaking away. Off the middle goes Semi Banger, who's going to fake. Hands it off to Lander. Put that on ice. Pardon me, on net is what I meant to say. And is that being called in? No, it's been waved off. Rick West has waved that off, so I assume the neck was loose. It was being blown down. It was loose under Bartis. Yeah, the net is off. So no goal called.
No goal. I saw the cheerleaders get up and a few people cheering, so I got a bit confused with what was going on, but no, it's definitely been waved off. No celebration.
Normally from this end I'm lucky you could see anything, but I definitely saw the arms of Rick West waving back and forth saying no goal, so I was not expecting that to happen there, despite the cheer celebrations.
Despite our pleas.
Shot on net and turned aside by Bartis with the pads. Picked up by Lander. Newcastle on the attack, getting it in front. Can't get it, so Luke Simpson will spin around. Fires it towards net. It's picked up. Newcastle on the outside still. I believe that's Tesserick who's going to move on the net, but it's been picked off by the Ice Dogs, and they're skating up ice out of their own end. Off the boards and around it goes. Picked up. No, it goes past one of the Crowders, and it's going to be picked up by Leroy. He doesn't get a good hit touch on it, and kept in his zone there by Munko. Paddy Ward bounces it off the boards. Leroy pinned. Shot on net, and saved by Davis into the corner. Simpson bumped there by Dunwoody. Paddy Ward in to help him. Leroy gets it to Ward. Shakes off a hit from Manko. Shot on net off 2 sticks, off 2 players. I think it might even hit Bert's helmet in the last bounce. And Simpson picks it up and around the boards it goes. Brilliant shot off the boards and gets to Tesserick, but Northstars will pick it up, and now Simpson carries it forward. Ice Dogs sent it back the other way. Paddy Ward gets rid of the puck. A bit of a hospital pass to Luke Simpson, so he just lets it go. Around the boards by Davis. Out of his net. Ice Dogs. Can't get a shot away. Shane Southwood keeping them busy. Tapped across the blue line. Off a skate and picked up by the North Stars. Skating right now is Manwaring. Scored last weekend. Backhand shot on Bartis. Saved. North Stars pick it up in the corner. Now at the half boards. To the blue line. Quick shot. And it was stopped by the defence. To the blue line. Shot on net by Phillips. Goes wide. Ferrari sends it back in deep. Didn't know whether she'd pinch there or not. It was a bit dodgy who was going to get to the first of the puck. But now we've got a bit of a scramble right in front of the blue line. Newcastle get it across to Phillips. He's driving towards the net. Gets a short hand. Loose. And around it goes. And Phillips definitely likes to attack. Manwaring taking his spot. Bartis gloves it with a stopper play. 10:51 left in the second.
A shout out to Josh Cullinan, who is in the crowd somewhere.
Oh, we've got him along to
Yes.
the game. Excellent. It's one of the local Fairfax journos.
Yes,
who's
Newcastle
been really good
Herald.
about writing about the Australian Ice Hockey League here.
Yes,
And
he's
also,
somewhere in the crowd.
Also our statistician, Junior Solicitor, who's up in Cairns at the moment. Back on the way, and Ice Dogs carry the puck forward. It's in deep in the North Star zone. It's icing though, and back they'll go to Bartis' end. Nick does the big circle with the arms and indicates we're going back to the Ice Dog zone. You've got to be across the red line to throw that puck in deep.
10:40 left in the second period.
Face off. Newcastle win it to the blue line. Ward fires on net, stopped by Bartis. Banger picks it up. It feels a bit like a power play, but it's 5 on 5. Ice Dogs being pinned in their own end at the moment. Paddy Ward with a nice soccer kick with the puck. Just puts it in the corner off the boot. He carefully sends it down, and a stop of play. It must be for a net or something else, because there's nothing happening around the puck. And I think it's going to be a penalty. Yeah, what the North Stars is going is Sammy Banger.
Sammy Banger.
I didn't see the signal. We want to find out what it was. I missed that, so it must have been in front of the net, because Sammy was usually in front of the net in that situation.
Yeah, didn't see that. So we've got a penalty interference.
Goal interference. Richie Tesserick gets around Thomas Menker, but he's got some help. So Ice Dogs retrieve it and neutralise. Nice pass there under the stick. And McGregor, who's going to drive the net. It's a push from Phillips. Ice Dogs on the attack. Shot on net. Saved by Davis there. Perini gets it away to Dunwoody. Fakes. Shot on net. And that's wide. Nearly gets out of the zone. Kept in by Perini. So Ice Dogs on a pretty good power play so far, but they're waiting for the change of lines to get their big guns out there. That's out of the North Stars zone, so a pretty good penalty kill so far for the North Stars. And there's another penalty being called. I'm not sure on whom. I thought it might have been Carini or Tesserick, or maybe both. Yeah, both are going. So it's going to remain a 4-on-3. Pardon me, 5-on-4, with these two being coincidental penalties.
So I've just had an update of the first goal. Paddy Naden was the assist, and we had
he was assist. Yeah.
And Sammy Banger scored the goal.
Another goal for Sammy.
So he was our first goal scorer. It was assisted by Naden and Phillips.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So these two, they're both copped combat penalties, as I like to call them. Melee penalties, offsetting, so they won't go up on the board. Back underway, North Stars have the face-off win. Dumped in there by Malloy, who's still killing the penalty for the North Stars. Ice Dogs in the power play, that's off the boards. Now we should have the Crowder brothers out. We do. I can see Tim and Paul. And we'll see what they can do on the power play. This is a big opportunity for them right now. They've got 50 seconds of it remaining. Chance in front, loose. Can't get a good handle on it. And it's pushed out by the North Stars. Pat Naden gets to it first and chips it out. And off the stick there and into the bench.
8:57 left in the second period. With about 40 seconds left on the, one penalty.
Kill. Yeah, well, the others are going to be offsetting. So saw Matt Monahan was a little upset with himself there after that play. Foot race, Phillips versus Quayle. These two really highly credentialed import defensemen. Opportunity now for Monahan. He's on the puck. He's going to hand it off to Tim Crowder, and a foot race, and Drolley's first to it. He's a small, fast guy. He's got a breakaway, moving on net. Tries to move. Saved by Bartis. He tried a bit of a drag Forsberg move there and couldn't get it by Bartis. Nice save on a breakaway.
I think Bartis is playing quite well tonight.
He's been very solid. Davis too, doing nicely in his hand. So we've got 16 seconds remaining of power play for the Ice Dogs. They've had some opportunity, but
Davis is looking a bit bored up this end at the moment.
Don't say
swinging
that.
His stick.
Don't say that.
Am I the jinx?
No. There's no such thing as jinxes. Just don't say those things.
It's like the shootout word.
Suspicions breed problems. But no. Doesn't look bored at all. He
Not
looks
at
relaxed.
all.
He looks relaxed.
Yes. Looks very relaxed.
And it's not unusual if it's particularly quiet for him to lean on his stick. So we'll see what happens.
Well, he was just twirling it around, so.
Kept in the zone. North Stars off the face-off. Ice Dogs get to it first. It's in the corner right now. And they're setting up their breakout, but it's an aggressive forecheck by the North Stars. And I've got to say, Luke Simpson very keen to skate hard and put checks on. He might have to be careful with the new rules, especially playing outside of North America, where AIHL rules are a bit stiffer on contact and hits. Now he's got it, Simpson. He's going to go up the middle. Nice pass. Gets it away to Banker, who's into the zone. He's free from his 2 minutes of shame. And puck is loose, and we've got to stop a play in the corner. There's been another contact penalty. And I think it was a boarding hit. And this time it's the Ice Dogs going. So a power play for the North Stars. Dogs didn't get to score on their power play. We'll see what the North Stars can do. They did score on their previous. Yeah, Thomas Manco. I'm pretty sure I saw a roughing or a boarding penalty. It was one of the fisty ones. Raised fist. We'll see what they call in a second. 7:55, still a 2-0 lead. No goal since the first period. It was roughing for Manco. Malloy walks the blue line. Gets it to Trey Phillips, who's handed it off to Drolet. North Stars getting another penalty coming their way. Another an extra man advantage in front, and stopped by Bartis, and that stops play. So North Stars are going to have a 5-on-3. See who's getting the extra penalty. I saw Davis clear his net as the arm went up. And there's a slashing called.
That's number 4, is it? Yes?
Yeah, that's Lachlan Farmy who's come across from the Bears. So 5-on-3 opportunity for there's 3 Ice Dogs in the penalty box right now. Carini, Farmy, and Manco.
Getting a bit busy in there.
Yeah, Lewis Martini is going to get warm up there. He might have to take his singlet off.
So that was for slashing?
Yeah, it was for slashing. Ice Dogs win that face-off and they throw it down to Davis's end. Malloy's down to get it. So there's going to be 1:32 remaining now of that 5-on-3. Malloy gets the puck across to Phillips, who's going to drive the net from defence. Goes straight to the net and can't get a touch on. It was cut off by, the pass was cut off there by the Ice Dogs defence. Puck is loose. North Stars to it first. Setting up, moving a lot though. Drolet to Malloy, takes a shot to the screen, scores! Can't see it, Bartis. There's too much of a screen. Malloy, the captain, gets a goal for a 3-0 lead.
Excellent. So the Ice Dogs haven't come out as I predicted in that second period.
They did get a power play, which should have helped. Alex Stevenson rushed on the ice there with some complaint, so that there was something wrong. So just going to wait and see what the referees talk about here. I'm not sure what they were saying, if there was an extra man or... I don't think so, because they're out there for a while from the face-off. Now they're going to drop the puck, so it's fine. It's not a contested goal. And those penalties can be wiped now, I think. Face-off won by the North Stars. They're up now 3-0. Luke Simpson with the puck. Thomas Lander loses it in his teammates' gates, and Newcastle under pressure here to move the puck forward without losing it. They do. They get it through the crowd. I think it's Simpson. No, it's Lander. Lander gets it back from the top of the umbrella. Shot. No, he's passed it. And picked up now by Simpson. Quick shot through the screen. Turned aside by the defence. Lander. Shot towards net. And a save and a couple of oohs from the crowd as it went close. Got through to Bartis there. Lander. Shot to a screen. Tapped by, and then Warren goes wide. It was good that he got a touch on though. Kept in the zone by Lander at the blue line. Happy playing some defence role there for the North Stars on the power play. And Ice Dogs maybe lucky to get away with that one. There's a good push in the back there. And it was Dave Dunwoody. Could have collected another penalty. North Stars still in the attack. They've got 9 seconds left. Currently 5-4. Really takes out Dan Bora on the get. And skating on the puck now, Thomas Lander. Drolet carries the puck. So smooth. Burst of speed. He's going to take the left wing. Into the zone he goes. Looking for help. Pivots. Goes behind the net. North Stars trying to set up. They've got lots of traffic moving around behind the net, and they have guys up high between the circles. Trey Phillips. Paul Crowder to hit him. Dave Ferrari down to assist. Dave Ferrari with the puck. Hands it off. He's going to have Pat Naden carry it. He's going to get around Paul Crowder. Kept alive there by the Ice Dogs and neutralised. They'll get it back. Chance now for the Ice Dogs. stopping up for some reason. Paul Crowder, I thought he was going to drive the net. Let's wait for Alex Stevenson. They've lost the puck. Now they've got another opportunity. Ice Dogs come in. Siding. Davis waiting. Crowder can't keep a hold on it. He's got Trey Phillips pressuring him. Quayle, loose in front. Picked up by Bangor. Off the boards and now the zone. Smart play by Bangor to just get it out to safety. Northstars changing. And timing is good as the Ice Dogs send it back to their D-man. Ice Dogs on the attack. Moving in to the screen. Shoots. And off a stick and up into the ceiling for a stopper play. Long period of play there, Tori.
That was 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go. I felt like I didn't have to talk for a while, so...
It's because you didn't. Flapping my gums there for quite some time.
But you do it so well, Pete.
Sometimes I wonder. Tie my tongue in knots sometimes. Face off to the left of Davis. Chip forward and Tesserick can't get it past. Some spirited defence there by Shannon Monahan. Shannon McGregor. I mixed up two players. Matt Monahan. Simpson has a puck. Beaver tap from Tesserick. Simpson's lost it. He's going to catch it himself behind the net. He's gone to Malloy at the blue line. Across it goes to Ward. Fired towards net, but off a Ice Dog stick into the corner. Goes from side to side. Northstars trying to get men in front, and they have men in front. They're great at creeping guys in between the two circles into that slot area. Shot on net from a distance. Stopped by Davis, and he'll freeze the puck as Caridi comes in with 3:31 left in the second.
Just a reminder, don't miss out on your chance to get...
Still 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
Any word on the other games, Tori? Did you see?
I'm just having a look. Adelaide's only just started because of the time difference. We've got that. And yeah,
we started at 4. That's a problem. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like there's a score in Canberra yet.
Yeah, that's also the same thing. They usually start at 5:30. Phillips off the boards, takes a bump from Dunwoody to the blue line, kept in by Quayle. Phillips gets to it first, but Monahan it was Monahan. Chance for Quayle. Shoot, scores!
Is that Quayle?
Dylan Quayle came in and he went 5-hole to get the Doggies on the board. 3-1 now, the lead for the North Stars. Ice Dogs get one off, and we're getting close to the end of the second period. We'll see what they can do. They're great for a comeback, the Ice Dogs.
This is setting up for an exciting third period now.
Well, we'll see what happens. They could get another one or two before the break.
Don't say that, mate.
I think it's better to expect the worst so you can only get the best.
We'll be pleasantly surprised.
Don't discount these Ice Doggies.
Yeah.
Throughout their history, they've always been a great comeback team. Davis nearly falls over there. Chance for Ice Dogs. Scores! So a trip there by Davis, and they've given up 2 goals in just a few seconds. Ice Dogs still one behind, but it's now 3-2.
So we've got 3 minutes left in the second period, sorry.
That was a quick one.
That was a very quick one. I think everyone's quite stunned on that one. I know I am.
We should be able to see it. I won't be able to catch it there. But yeah, Davis just tripped up. I don't know if it was just from the other player or if he just lost an edge, but it happens. Back underway. Puck drop is aborted. We're going to drop it again. Request. Face off, one by the North Stars. Timmy Banger gets pulled down a bit by Paul Crowder. Dogs win the puck back. Shuts the door on the man there, does Bert Malloy. He's great at doing that. Great lateral movement.
The Ice Dogs, second goal of the game.
And happy to throw the hip. Buddy Ward, puck is loose, chance for Ice Dogs. Drive the net, stopped by Davis. They had the numbers down low. Paddy Ward's not going to let people push Davis around, especially at the moment. Ice Dogs bench calling for a penalty. I don't think he's going to get it for clearing the blue paint.
Banger's having a good old chat to
Paul Crowder. Yeah, I don't think either are going to be flustered by that.
Crowder's a little bit taller.
So we're going to face off to the left of Davis. Was it to the right? No, it's to the right of Davis, pardon me.
We've got 2.5 minutes left in this period. We've got to regroup and
face off one by the Northstars. Ferrari gets around to Phillips. Ice Dogs do have a little bit more spunk in them at the moment after getting those couple of goals. And the pressure on Davis just then. But they'll need to, this is their opportunity right now. That puck goes in front of Bartis, can't cut it off, didn't need to. Lander to the blue line, kept in there by Ferrari. And it's real arm wrestle at the moment. Both teams just fighting for the puck, one-to-one battles. Puck squirts out and hit Rick West after battle, and a couple more pushes. The guys need to keep their heads right now.
yeah, we've got Manko down there and looks like Droulet.
Well, we might see some of the non-import players start to go for import players and try and even up the game a bit of tactical penalty taking. We'll see what happens here.
And we've just had an update in the Canberra and Mustangs game. So Canberra are up 3-1. So Canberra is doing their throwback to Canberra Knights.
Yes, the old days of the Canberra Knights. Go right back to the when the rink opened down in ACT, Phillip Swim and Skate Centre.
They finished in about 2013.
Yeah, 2013 was their last season. The collapse happened and the team ended in about March of 2014, and it was a real community effort to get a new team up and going to take their spot within a couple of months. So they did it.
Yeah.
And they made the finals here largely.
I gave my $20.
Yes. Well, a good part of that was helped by some of the other established teams like Northstars having poor years, but they did well and they got all the way through the finals. And they've recruited really well since, as we've seen. Back underway, and Ice Dogs have the puck, so more offsetting penalties from that, and so we're playing 4-4. That suits the Ice Dogs. Driving the net is Tim Crowder. Puck is loose, and penalty being called, a late hit on Bert Malloy. So there's an opportunity now. Big one for the Dogs. There's going to be a 4-on-3 with the captain, a great penalty killer, going to be off the ice. So we've got fresh imports for the Ice Dogs.
So now we've got
and
Richie.
only 3 Northstars out there.
Richie's in the box also for a high stick.
I think that was the offsetting ones from before. So it's 4-3, and we're probably going to have 4 imports versus 3 imports. Well, Ice Dogs are going to have 9 import out because they've got their goalie.
We've got Banger, Droulet, and Phillips.
So sent back on ice because the arm had already gone down. And they're actually starting him right at the bench so he can go straight off. So they're confident they're going to win the face-off.
Yeah.
They don't. Northstars win it. And thrown down ice, Sammy Banger's going to forecheck. It's going from Tim to Paul Crowder. Paul Crowder comes into the zone. So we've got most of what's left of the period, or all of what's left of the period, is going to be a 4-on-3 unless the Ice Dogs get another. We're going to move it back and forth. Monahan camped out in front of the net. Davis trying to block the side of Davis. Getting out of the zone is Drolet. It's on him right now. And Northstars happy to pin the puck against the boards. Ice Dogs call for a penalty. I'm not sure. Save with a pad there by Davis off the shot of Monahan. Francis Drolet is going to take it in deep. He's got the puck. He'll try and work it himself so he doesn't give up scoring opportunities to the Ice Dogs. It's the best way to kill a penalty is to take it down to the opposition's end. Monahan will have to retrieve his stick. Ice Dogs all alone. Chance for the Ice Dogs. Backhand, nice move. Saved by Davis. And well, plays in the net, and Davis not happy about one of the crowd is rushing him.
Oh, we're having a big scuffle now.
Paddy Ward's happy to take a couple of shots on Tim Crowder. He can take him out.
Davis is down.
Not happy about having a player come in on the goalie. Francis Drolet happy to upset the Ice Dogs. seconds.
Well, we've got 25 seconds left in this period. I think this might take a little bit to work out.
Rick, it might, but Rick will have a pretty strong opinion about what happened there. So
We've got Tim Crowder.
I'm expecting there's only more than one
The first one.
The red door is also open.
Well, I think that the message in the from the coaches in the intermission might be we need to have some calmer heads and we need to settle it down a bit.
It could be. It could work in both teams' favour. It depends on what happens.
Considering we only had three skaters on the ice and a goalie, I think all of them were in the tussle.
So Francis Drolet, as I expected, has been called as well. So offsetting penalties so far, and is that Semi Banger as well? Oh no, he's going to talk as one of the A's.
He's going to have the chat.
As the assistant captain, he's going to talk to Rick West and find out what's happening. So one of them's being waved into the box, and Francis Drolet has been retrieved by linesman Daniel Bora.
We're certainly having a little bit of a party in the penalty box there.
It is getting a bit full. It's not as big as some of the rinks.
I think this is the biggest lot of penalties I've seen in our games.
Yeah, it's the ice double skate is still open. Interesting to see if there's any more bodies going in there.
Now it's closing.
No, okay. I think that's enough.
Yeah, we don't need any more people in the box. We won't have any players.
I don't mind this rough stuff. I mean, it's getting really passionate. Ice dogs. And we're seeing from the crowd, they're as keen as any of the others. They were rushing that net. They were into Davis, trying to throw him off his game. Davis responded by a dogpile on one of them.
Jump.
And
stacks on.
And you got stacks on, and then you got a couple of brothers out there, so you wonder if they're a bit more protective of each other or not.
And then if you look, Trey and Luke might be protective of each other. First game back in together.
Could be. There's only 25 seconds left of this period. There's 38 seconds left on one of the coincidentals. And the Northstars had that second penalty that killed him, the one on Robert Malloy. So, but this penalty period could be broken up by the break of the second period break, depending on what happens right now. So the two assistant captains, Menko and Benga. Benga's talking to his guys in the box.
Because El Captain is in the box.
That's it. So Semi's the man, because Matt Lindsay's out tonight too. So I'm not sure who else is or isn't wearing the A. They might have someone else nominated for tonight.
Did you see Matt Lindsay here tonight
I haven't seen
Sydney
it
clothes?
but I haven't been looking for him. But I talked to Tim Stanger earlier. Tim's on the road to recovery. He's out of the sling.
That's good.
And he says he thinks he'll be skating soon and aiming for return sometime in July, probably later July. Pretty important slow healing shoulders, so he'll need time to get that good as he can before he gets back on the ice, because it could often be tested first game you're back. So
definitely
you want it fully recovered. Long stopper play here, and Martis has come down the blue line to talk to Davis, who's not really interested. In fact, they're calling the period, so they're going to go to the rooms, and
that's
looks
it.
like Rick West is calling the period, and we'll resume the 25 seconds after the break. So another period down. That was
a
little bit intense.
A fiery one, that one.
Yeah. So ended up with a lot of penalties here at the end, and we saw that kind of escalating during the period. Northstars got another goal. Ice Dogs got one back, and then a quick one just seconds afterwards, just due to Davis slipping up and only playing the puck out of his net. Look, it's always a risk when you leave your net, but you can you can prevent many goals by doing it. But if you make a mistake or you slip or something, or end up with contact with other players, which someone like Davis does not mind at all, then you have that chance, and that's what happened. The Ice Dogs just stuffed it in to get that 2 goals, so now they're just one behind. That lifted the tensions a bit more, and it's kind of popped the bubble a little bit, so hopefully they settle down now. So for this third period that's going to come up, we're going to have to, they've called a period, that means that when we come back from the break, we're going to have that 25 plus seconds played out. Yep. Then I'll just go back to the face-off dot and play the 20 minutes for the third and final period.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. You know, I think it needs to calm down out there.
Yeah.
So I think, calling it early, good thing.
The referees often do that. Also, if they have some more penalties to figure out as well.
Yeah. 25 seconds isn't long.
Yeah. You can also just let things simmer down as well. So if you get problems in the rink or park or ice, they often will do the same thing. So it's just good game management for me. I think it works well.
Yeah, definitely. So we had that scorer, Bert Malloy.
Bert Malloy got the one through the screen.
Yep.
And then the Ice Dogs hit back with a couple of good plays.
2 goals within, 20 or so seconds?
I mean, that second goal was scored probably less than 10 seconds after the first one. Ice Dogs got it down this end. Davis out to play it. Trips or trips up around the other player. The Ice Dogs player was forechecking really hard. And, it changed the game. But that makes it more fun for us here in the third period.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hopefully not too much more of a fiery period, but I'd like to see a little bit more play.
Yeah, I don't want to see penalties carried over as the main thing.
Yeah.
And don't forget our next game is against the Brave. And look, they're all important games for the Ice Dogs at the moment. So they don't want to give up any players, especially guys the quality they have out there.
Yeah, definitely. The Brave next week will be, not next week, the week after will be really interesting.
Yes, we've got the All-Star break and then we've got Canberra Brave up here.
Yeah, and I think from your stats, Canberra are equal first with us now.
That's correct, yeah.
Equal games.
Yeah, both on 11 wins from, 10 wins from 11 games.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So both equal. Actually, speaking of Matt Lindsay, it looks like we're going to cross right now to him.
Awesome.
Ellie's got him, and we're going to have a quick interview, and we'll be back for the third period in around about 12 minutes or so. See you then.
Hi everyone, Ellie down on the Newcastle Northstars bench. I'm joined by Matt Lindsay. It's a 3-2 game now with the Sydney Ice Dogs coming back with 2 quick goals. Matt, what was going on out there? How were the Ice Dogs able to come back with those 2 quick goals?
Yeah, look, pretty sloppy period from both teams. A lot of penalties, as I'm sure the score sheet will show. Just a little lapse there from the North Stars. Couldn't get the puck out in their D zone, so got a little bit tired, and that first one just got through. The second one, unfortunate, Dane just had a slip there when he was trying to play the puck, and unfortunately came back out in front. So, the possession game, we're still doing well. I'm pretty confident we'll get the result we want.
Yeah, it was a very penalty-filled second period there, and that second goal from the Ice Dogs literally came seconds after the first one. So I think maybe a kind of a case where guard was down a little bit. Would that be right?
Yeah, definitely. It took the wind out of our sails a little bit, that first one, and to get that second one very quick like that, it's a shame. But as I said, I think we'll come back in the third here and get what we want.
And so the second period has ended with 25 seconds left on the clock. There was a bit of a fight, a roughing situation there. Has it ended because they need to figure out penalties, or just called it so everyone can calm down?
Yeah, absolutely. What you've finished with there, just to get everyone to calm down a little bit. You don't see it that often, but look, I think it's the right call from Rick there. It was getting a little bit messy, and kind of glad I wasn't out there on the ice for that one. But I'm sure cooler heads will prevail here, and they'll come out and play hockey in the third.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Matt.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hunter Skating Stadium. We've had nearly 2 periods finished, Tori. Not quite 2 periods played.
We've got 25
North Stars
seconds.
still ahead by 3-2. So Burton got the third goal. It was 3-0, but Ice Dogs hit back with 2 goals in just a few seconds. Second one after Dane Davis came out of his net to play the puck. Either tripped up on the opposing player or contact or just lost an edge. Ice Dogs stuffed it in. Look, it happens when you come out of your net. And but at the end of the period, we still haven't seen the end of the period, actually, because there's 25 seconds held over because we had a bit of a dog pile in front of Davis's net. Dane Davis been part of that. I think he was sick of getting people running into him and decided to take the law into his own hands.
He stuck up for himself.
He did, yeah. He reckons if you're in my paint, you're in my castle. I'm going to protect my castle.
He probably feels left out sometimes with all the different rumblings that he can't be a part of sometimes.
Yeah. It was funny, Bartis did come down and chat with him. I don't know what was said, but I don't think it was a challenge.
To number 90, Tim Crowder, a double minor for roughing.
All right, so Tim Crowder got a double for a roughing. A double minor. I'm trying to put 2 words together as one there. And let's see what's happening.
Seems like we're going to finish the second period.
So we're going to have 25.49 seconds left to run out of the second period. Then they're going to change ends and continue with the third period immediately after that.
And I'm putting my glasses on
Putting
now,
your
so I
binoculars
can
on.
see.
Yeah. My glasses for 1 metre away. It doesn't help for here. So.
See, I can see the scoreboard much clearer now. That says 38 seconds up there.
It's sometimes tracking the puck when it's 60 metres away is tough. Face off, it's the zone, and Ice Dogs have it. They are at a 4-3 at the moment still, and we've got 18 seconds of that. So carrying it right now is Carini, the Ice Dogs. Remember, they have a 4-3, so some people reckon it's the best way to score is at a 4-3. She's got a lot more space on the ice. That's chipped out of the zone. We're down to the last few seconds of the third period. Pushed forward by Lander, and that'll see out the second period. So there's 12 seconds left of the coincidental, and that ends the second period. So we're going to swap ends and continue playing.
That was a very quick 25 seconds. At least we got that bit we played. There was nothing really happening in that time, so we got there in the end.
Yes, no more penalties, no more stops of play. We'll continue. And now we're into the third period.
Penalty box is still very full.
Yeah, quite full. So there's some coincidentals, and of course we can see.
So the North Stars have got 3 players on the ice. Ice Dogs have got 4.
Waiting for the puck to drop here.
Having a little bit of a chat in the middle here.
Yeah, just click it. So it's a 20-minute period for the third final period. We're about to get that underway. And there's a call from the penalty box. Scorers just want to check on something. And it's the time to do it before they start this period. So Paul Crowder's out there. His brother Tim got a double minor, so he's off for a while. Monahan is out there. He was the man who was doing the screening job for the Ice Dogs. Face off. And contested. North Stars get that back, but it's been waved down. Oh, it's been waved down as offside on the Ice Dogs before the North Stars picked it up. So just 4 seconds of that period so far. There's 9 seconds remaining of that coincidental, or offsetting penalties at least. Face off, bit of a scramble, North Stars will win it. Trey Phillips carries the puck. He waits, he's going to try the left wing and dump it in on Bartis. He freezes it and leaves it there for Dylan Quayle. He's got Carini and Paul Crowder out there with him. So 2 players are back on ice, and North Stars, actually it was a double minor to Tim Crowder, but it's
on the North Stars.
It's on the North Stars side. So I don't get what's happening with the board there. Because Tim Crowder plays for the Ice Dogs, I think. To the blue line. Quayle as a puck, looking for a screen. So I think they've got a one-man advantage is what's happening at the moment. Shot on net. Oh, blocked there by Lander, and the man is made of steel, I tell you. And they go and check on him, and he's fine. Actually, even the Ice Dogs player went to check on him. It was telling Quayle, like, you're right, mate, you took that in the guts.
Those pucks hurt.
Oh, you have no idea. I've only taken them at half the speed that these guys are taking the pucks. And they hurt, they ring for days. Big multicolored bruises.
So the Ice Dogs have got 5 layers at the moment.
Northstars have got 3, so it is a 5-on-3. So there must have been some penalties. Probably it was something called on the Northstars on Dane Davis, which means that they have to have somebody sit for him. So on the goalies only gets scores! Ice Dogs! Shot from the top of the circle. Quayle gets one through the screen on that 5-on-3. So there must have been a double minor called on the Northstars as well, is what we're thinking. And we're back to a 3-all game, so Ice Dogs make the most of those power plays.
Just watching the replay then, it just kind of went over the shoulder of Davis.
Yeah, not much you can do on those 5-on-3s.
No.
So Paddy Ward's back on the ice, so he must be one of the guys set.
Very, very interesting third period.
One of the penalties should be clean, so we'll check on that as we go, but showing 5-on-4. Yes, one's been wiped, so it's still an Ice Dogs power play, 5-on-4 at the moment. Playing the puck is Quayle, scored that goal. He's harassed by Simpson. Simpson skates on him, he steals the puck, he's going to drive in towards the net. Quayle's watching him, takes a shot, doesn't get a lot on it, goes wide. Phillips battling to get the puck away, he's got help from Simpson. Dunwoody's down there with Paul Crowder, he gives a shove on Simpson. Simpson gets around him, gets tripped up a little. Wasn't much and it wasn't goal, which is good. Let's get this game going. Ice Dogs. Puck knocked off the stick there. A good stick check by the Northstars. But Ice Dogs get into the attacking zone. On a hand, hands it off. Dogs circle around. Shot on net. And I think it hit some pipework and went high. Thought I heard a ting there.
Yeah. I saw Rick's arms go up. So that was...
Out of play. So 3-all now, and Ice Dogs have caught up the Northstars after being 3-0 down. It wasn't that much longer after their third goal when they got one back and another. So we've got 18 minutes roundabout left. Ice Dogs will be really kind of inspired or motivated from those comeback they've had.
Yeah, definitely.
Shot on the short side, goes through the other side, and Ice Dogs keep it in the zone. Northstars onto it now. They're still penalty killing for another 19 or now 17 seconds. Then I think you're going to see the Northstars come back pretty hard.
Yeah. So we got 17 and a half, just over minutes left in this period. I'd like to see some play without the constant whistles.
It's up to the players a lot of the time, not so much the referees. They need to keep their hands clean. Artists out of the net to play that. And Northstars killing a penalty. There is no icing to be called. Southwood, some forward checking there on Paul Crowder. He's carrying the puck right now. Down ice goes Carini. Northstars got even teams now, so we're back to 5-on-5. Couple of partial changes happening right now as teams get their regular lines together, and a stop of play at the blue line as there's an offside called on the Ice Dogs.
It was good to see we're all back at even strength. 17 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the third.
We have a face-off in the neutral zone to the right of Davis.
We've got an update for the Canberra game. Canberra's up 5 over the Mustangs 2. And the Ice are winning over Adelaide 2-0.
2-0, okay. Be interesting what happens with those. Cause
So the Ice have been playing for about 15-20 minutes now.
I think it's the first. Is it the first two that? Okay. Back underway, carrying the puck is Quayle for the Ice Dogs. And that's dumped in by the Ice Dogs. First to it is Malloy. Gets around the boards, but there's one of the Ice Dogs there to cut it off. Pinned by Paddy Ward. Coming out of it is the North Stars. I think it's Lander carrying the puck. Gets it forward, cut off by the stick there of Pataki. Into the zone comes the North Stars. Cross ice pass off a North Stars skate, and Dunwoody will skate up the right wing. Puck stolen away there by Simpson. Loose in between skates. Newcastle will pick it up to try and move it forward. Away. Now Malloy into the zone. Oh, off the end of the stick, I think it was Bartis there. It was a bit of a dicey one, but it went in the Ice Dogs' favour. Lander gets up, chases down McGregor. Puck goes on the stick there of Simpson. Bounces it off the boards. Looking for a change. Gets it on the stick of Tesserick, who's going to get wide. Driving towards the net, and he comes. It's an inside, but Lander couldn't get a shot away. Stevenson sends it wide. And out it goes the blue line as the blue line was changing. Chipped in to the attacking zone. And back goes McGregor to get it. Foot race with Pat Naden. Behind Bartis' net. Farmy versus Southwood. Ice Dogs get out of their zone. Pass cut off to Carini. Lost in the skates there of Ferrari. And Ice Dogs driving towards the net. Carini hoping to get a pass. Doesn't get one. The North Stars bring it back the other way. End-to-end hockey. Onto the stick there of Phillips, who is pinching. Southwood gets that in front, but we've got all Ice Dogs there, so it's going to be Carini taking it wide. He's got Quayle up the middle with him. Go behind the net, tries to hand it off. Short side stuff, but Davis is wise to it, and the defence was wise to it. Now the North Stars on the counter, dump it in. Southwood changing. Naden changing. Ice Dogs are changing. Barmy onto the stick. Now it's Thomas Manco up the right wing. Into the zone he goes. Fires it well wide of the net, and it bounces around and picked up before he gets the puck. Love there by Davis with a quick shot on net, a little bit high, but he stops the puck with 14:31 left in the third.
And that was about 3 minutes without a stoppage or so.
Yes.
That was very good.
Just about put myself to sleep.
Yeah. I love listening to your voice speak.
You don't have a choice at the moment. 3-0. Pardon me, 3-0. It's 3-all.
3-all.
I need to wake up. Face off. Won by the Ice Dogs. North Stars intercept. And Ice Dogs double back to get control of the puck. Newcastle now on the attack though. Look inside is Drolet. He's tenacious with the puck and without. Might get it back. No, it's bounced up, but Banger should pick it up. Can't cut off McGregor, who clears it. And skating onto it is Malloy. He's got forward checking pressure there by Alex Stevenson. We're in 67. And the puck wrestle continues. Alex Stevenson gets a shot. It doesn't get on net. Battle continues in the corner. The North Stars end. Drolet fakes, gets around one. And there's some stuff happening up ice as Jane Ryan. Watch out, here comes Simi Banger. Bit of a move, loses the puck, gets it back. Happy to work his way through several players here, and he's drawn a penalty too.
Oh, got a little bit of a scuffle.
Yeah, so it's the Aussies this time for the Ice Dogs, and they don't mind
Got
roughing
13
up
and
an
a half
import.
minutes left in the third period.
So I think there was a penalty called. We'll wait and see what's happening here. Yeah, the door's open for the Ice Dogs, so it's going to be Lachlan Farmy. Lachlan Farmy to sit. Speaking of penalties and benches and that, I'm hearing that there's been a bit of a bench brawl down in Canberra.
There has been, yes.
So it does remind me of the old Knights days.
Yes. Canberra's up 6-3 now.
Because there's not really any thing between, definitely in the penalty area. You sit next to each other basically on the benches. North Stars on the attack, on the power play. Spin around as Lander loses his footing, gets up. Gets back up. Can he get it back? He's got it under control. To the blue line. Through a screen, and it's off a stick and wide. Manwaring was screening. Manwaring now scored that goal last week. Can he get another? Tesserik gets it to the blue line. To the screen. Off a player. Into the corner. Battling for it. Manwaring beating Quayle to the park. Tesserik calling for it. Saved by Bars with a blocker into the corner it goes. Marino fires a puck down ice, and it's through the stick of Simpson, so there'll be no icing. It was killing the penalty anyway, so it couldn't have been. Banger carries the puck. He had Tim Crowder forechecking, so he's back on the ice now after his penalties. Banger now with some speed. Hands it off. Into the zone it goes. Drolet. Attacking quickly under the puck. Banger gets it to the blue line. Screen. Shot. Saved by Bartis. And it's cleared out by the Ice Dogs defense. And that's 47 seconds remaining now of this power play. Trey Phillips carries the puck. Goes up the middle. Nobody wants it. He'll hand it off. Off the stick of Semi Banger. Picked up by Naden in the corner. Now Banger. He'll try and get it in front. That's his way. Chance for scores! Pat Naden gets it and stuffs it in. They're all expecting Banger to go behind the net. But Matt Naden sitting there in the slot, unmarked, and slammed it in to get Northstars ahead 4-3.
4-3. That was a great goal.
I think your job tonight, Tori, is just to correct me on all my mistakes. Shocker. 4-3 lead now for the Northstars.
I was watching Sammy Banger, so I completely missed
Naden. I think he even fooled. I think he even looked that way. So they're all expecting me that way. Straight on the stick, and you can see Pat Naden stuffs it in.
Yeah.
And we heard the ting as it went in under Bartis and into the goal.
12 minutes left.
I have to say, this is some of the best atmosphere I've saw on these games for a long time. Even though we've been winning this season, we haven't had this tension, this extra feeling in the game we've got tonight. And we've got crowd into it. It's a packed house tonight.
It is, especially walking around the outside of the ring.
Quickly trying to quickly even up here. Quickly on the attack, and Northstars now on the counter. Into the zone comes Simpson, moves inside. Can't get much of a shot away there, Thomas Lander. Pataki has had him covered, had the stick covered. Simpson. Hi to Sammy's parents if they're watching. I know they often do, or if not while it's live, at least when they get up in the morning, because it's in the early hours at the moment.
Yeah, very often that Sammy's dad gets up and watches it live.
His dad often watching, as is... and a stop by Davis there as Ice Dogs put some pressure on going the other way. We've got 11-16 left in this game. It's 4-3 Northstars.
It's definitely been a game that's good for your money.
Yeah,
you're seeing everything,
tension,
especially I guess for the people that haven't been to a hockey game before. If this is their first one,
I know people are going to blame me for Ice Dogs coming back. It wasn't my fault, and honestly, I actually like it.
I think it was my fault, wasn't it?
I like these tight games. They're so much more entertaining, and it's far better hockey. Back underway, Northstars carrying into the zone. Shot on net, stopped by Bartis. 11 minutes exactly left in the game.
You know, it's always fun when your team's, scoring lots of goals and,
If I can talk from a commentator's point of view, it helps me. Like, when there's that tension and when there's that just action, it just helps me really get into the game. When it's one-sided, it's just really hard to make it. I don't have to make it interesting. It's as interesting as you can get right now. Pat Naden, battle in the corner. Dunwoody scanning out. He's got former teammate Shane Southwood with him. Ice Dogs will bring it up the left wing. It's dumped in by Monahan into the corner. Newcastle get to first. Davis out there. Plays it Clinton this time. No problem. Pat Naden taken down there by McGregor. I think it was just incidental contact. There was nothing much in it. It wasn't called. I'm fine with that. Northstars can't get it out of their end. They do, and Ice Dogs were actually offside by sending it back in there. That was Pataki. So they go for a change. One of the Ice Dogs nearly into the Northstars bench. Quickly on the puck. Watch out for Drolet. Here he comes. Moving inside. Can't get a clean shot away. He was well covered there by... who got number 15? One of the young guys, Connor Lee. Farmy. playing really well since he moved from the bench. Oh, sliding across was Phillips into the slot, but he couldn't get the shot away cleanly. Chip forward and chasing is James Marino. Newcastle, though, get the puck and back on the attack. Drolet stops up. Gets it across the blue line, but the wrong way, and away goes the races. Carini moves in and takes a shot. And saved by Davis. We couldn't find the puck, and it was run around the boards. Great save by Davis. That one won't. Well, it should be a highlight reel because it's probably made the biggest difference in the game of any save so far. Into the corner it goes there. Iceland's not connecting on the pass, and that's icing. They'll go back to the ram with 9:27 left in the period.
The North Stars are up 4-3. See how the rest of this goes.
Plenty of time to go either way. There's plenty of twists left in this game. Loses the handle there, does Richie Tesserik, and it's gone back to the defence for North Stars. Paddy Ward plays a safe game, moves it forward. It's dumped into the dog's end, and Bartis is out to play it. He's got no one close to him at the moment, and here comes a couple of North Stars. And the boards is kept in, and Tesserik to the blue line, through a screen, and nearly redirected on net. Bartis got a pat on it, though. Fight towards net, Bartis stops it, it's loose and picked up by Farmy, who'll backhand it out of the zone. And down it goes into the North Stars end. Icing is waved off. It's picked up by Malloy. North Stars captain. Actually, Quayle is saying, what's the call for? And maybe there was an icing called anyway.
8:53 left.
We're facing off outside Bartis' zone, so I'm not sure what the call was. No, they have called it icing. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. So back they go to Bartis' end.
8 minutes and 53 seconds left in this period.
It's great having the Jumbotron here in the Tory.
It is.
Got Jay the Master here. And when there's a call, he's put them up on screen so everyone around the rink knows what's going on.
And that's really good for people that haven't been before as well.
Yeah, I've got a couple of newbies here tonight. So a couple of friends of mine here. One for a second, one for first game ever. Shot on net with a screen and a save by Davis. 8:37 left in the game.
I have a friend here as well, and I can tell you, as soon as I found out she was here, I said, oh, what are you doing here? Last game she came was when we played Melbourne Mustangs.
Oh, exciting game.
And we went down.
Yes.
Last year she came, we lost that game too, so I was like, oh no.
You're banned.
I was like, why are you here? But yeah, I guess she's only been to 3 games, so... Right. It's good, they learn the rules and put it up on the screen.
Especially once they figure out some of the rules, yeah, that's for sure. I know that I got a couple of messages when they called the period early, the previous break.
What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Jensen saves, sprawling save by Davis, gets the paddle out and stops the Ice Dogs from scoring. Another great save from the big fella. Gloved down by the North Stars, picked up by Trey Phillips, who'll bank it off the netting, and he's going to get called, I think. Ice Dogs say it's a call, and yet. So a delay of game there on Trey Phillips, not used to the rink here, and he's dropped it into the netting instead of the glass. So just familiarity with the ring, and just lifting the puck a little too high because their glass is quite low on that side.
Yeah.
Easy to do, but that's the rules, and so he's going to sit 2 minutes for delay of game. There's an opportunity for the Ice Dogs. Power play with 8:10 left in the third.
That's something that we'll talk about, obviously. He'll learn that very quickly now.
He'll remember that, yes. Face off. Ice Dogs keep it in the zone. Through the screen, and a save by Davis with a pad. He's just dribbling in after it hit somebody, but he's still got the pad down and directed away. Quayle. Shot on net. I can't make out which Crowder brother that was. Can't see any numbers at the moment. It was Tim. We're at 90. Quayle. Paul Crowder on the right wing. He's got the puck now. Goes across to Tim. Tim Crowder moving in to the top of the circle. Can't get it to Paul. Must be nice to play your brother when you play that level of hockey, because it's a pretty rare thing. Often you play against each other. You don't get to choose your game, who you play for when you're a pro. North Stars with a little bit of breakaway. Richard Tesserik gets a pass inside, but Thomas Lander went off a stick, so couldn't connect with Thomas Lander. Here comes Tim Crowder the other direction. Stops up. Nearly bumps into his own teammate there, Alex Stevenson. To Paul. Off the heel of the stick there by Tim Crowder. Had no power on that. And it's out of the zone. And we've got 46 seconds left in the Ice Dogs power play. Bartis, it's a touch. Forecheck here from Simi Banga. He's very clever at stealing the puck, but he doesn't do it this time. Quayle has the puck. Moving, that's his job with the Ice Dog. Moving that puck. Through a screen and a blocker save by Davis. And it's out of play for a stop of play. 6:38 left. We've got 28 seconds of power play for the Ice Dogs remaining.
We see a little bit more action up the other end. So the Ice Dogs have been on the attack a bit more.
There's a face-off to the left of Davis. 6-3 is the latest lead for the Brave over the Mustangs. And the CBR Brave train keeps chewing along. Dumped in by Banga into the corner. First to it is Drolet. Banga circling in front of the net. He's a dangerous man to have in front of the net. Battle for the puck continues. We've got Carini and Manco for the Ice Dogs. Banga bumps the man hard, and he gets one in the back from Dunwoody. Battle continues. Loose in front. Bartis with a save, and Simpson goes down, and we've got some more pushing happening. Banga's losing his cool a little bit here against Manco or Dunwoody.
I like to see Ferrari's in that mix there. Ferrari's leading our.
Sammy Banga has got to keep his head because Dunwoody would be happy to sacrifice himself to take Sammy Banga off the ice. And Banga is going, and so's Dunwoody. So it's probably, that's a bit of a win for the Ice Dogs. It's a good trade, does it say?
6 minutes to go.
Roughing penalties called either way. So I think I just saw a 4-4 signal from Rick West. Exactly 6 on the clock. 4-3 still the lead. So there's heaps of tension here in this Hunter Ice Skating Stadium game. This is Australian Ice Hockey League.
Yeah, I think Banga definitely needs to stay out of the box a bit more. Our scoring machine.
I don't mind him getting passionate about the game a bit. He really cares. He plays that way. That's fine. Lloyd versus Dunwoody. Ice Dogs can't get it out cleanly. They did dig it out. Couldn't carry it in front of the net. Chipped out. It doesn't make it out of the zone. And the billiards game continues. Boy will get it out. He does. He chips it forward. It's under the stick of one of the Northstars attackers. Into the zone comes Nate with a nice move. Can't get it backhand away, and Paul Crowder will pick it up. And once again, we're seeing good puck handling skills from Northstars defence, moving it back and forth. Lander has to leave that behind. Manco will pick it up. He's getting it away to Paul Crowder on the right wing. Tim Crowder has to pick that off his skates. Gets the shot away towards Davis, and that's frozen in front of the net as Paul Crowder gets in to the blue paint. Trying to bother Davis a little bit.
So we've got a minute and 13 on the penalties. Just over 5 minutes in the game. Very close, 4-3. Anything can happen still.
Anything can happen, yeah, probably.
Now Sydney, the Ice Dogs have actually already played a 3-on-3 overtime this season with the new format.
We've not seen one.
We've not seen one. Or the Northstars.
There's been none here at the rink, at this rink at all, and Northstars haven't had one out either won or lost. Well, there's only the one loss here against the Mustangs, as you mentioned. Northstars have the puck off the face-off. Can't connect with the pass, though. Kept in zone by the Ice Dogs. They'll take a shot, and it's high off a stick and into the ceiling for a stopper play. 5:04 left in the third. The face-off to the left of Lane Davis. Northstars take it out at the scrum and move it up ice into the attacking zone. Trey Phillips gets around one player, McGregor. He's got in front of the net Luke Simpson, his former teammate. Teammates again. Simpson now looking for the pinching Dave Ferrari. Thomas Manco, though, he'll take the puck out. He's going to button hook and look for safe hands. And he's got it to number 7, Shannon McGregor. Carini now. Backing up for Manco. He gets the puck. Carini up the middle. Going to take the right wing. It's round one, takes a shot on net. Stopped by Davis, is loose, but picked up by the North Stars defence, and they'll break out up the right wing. Thomas Landon takes the other option, moves a nice pass across, and the shot is high from Tesserick, just above the pipe of Bartis. 4:09 left in the game. North Stars have the puck. The coincidentals, well, sorry, pardon me, they were offsetting penalties, they weren't coincidental. They're back on, so we're at 5-on-5. Drolet carrying the puck. It's looking for it was at the back door with Semi Bangor. Fired on net and through the screen and makes it wide. Dunwoody, bit of a cross check there on Drolet. Quayle moving it up ice, hands it off, driving up the middle. Happy to get on the attack. Shot from the Ice Dogs, and Paddy Ward runs into the net, and it's off its mooring. Stop a play. 3:34 left in the game.
What do you think Dave Kay's going to be saying right now?
I don't think he's got to say much. I think he's just going to be saying keep up the tempo. Remember, the North Stars are changing lines more often than, although I haven't seen Ben Waring's line out as much, but Ice Dogs are pretty much rolling two. So I think they're going to feel they've got more legs. These stops to play have kind of helped the Ice Dogs stay fresh. So. And a lot of these loose pucks have been picked up by the North Stars, but Ice Dogs have had more attacking zone time. Phillips tries to stuff, scores!
Wow.
They're all expecting him to pass. Instead, he's jammed it in the short side. Not a pass, Bartis. 5-3 now to lead for the North Stars.
That was Ben Waring's line?
Yes. Well, that's what Trey Phillips has come for. Whenever I see a defenseman playing East Coast Super League who's 5'9", I'm thinking, my hands start to sweat. I'm thinking this is going to be a scoring defenseman, and he's just shown those chops there.
Yeah.
He's brought that in deep. They're all looking at him, waiting for him to pass. He said, "Okay, I'll just score."
Very smart footwork too.
Yeah, very nice mover of the feet and the puck, and we haven't seen some of those moves here in Newcastle for a while. Rob Stark was good for coast to coast in his time. Paddy Ward showing some nice skating skills too there. Back underway, so it's a 2-goal lead now for the North Stars. They've taken the pressure off. The Ice Dogs here need to get one back. Dunwoody can't get it away. Malloy off a North Stars body, and Dunwoody will pick it up. Lost in a dump pile there at the blue line. And McGregor gets a nice push away there on Bangor, I think.
We've got 2 minutes 50 seconds.
2 minutes 50 seconds, yes.
In this game.
It's taken a little attention out, but there's still heaps in this game. And we've still
Anything
got
can happen.
More than 2.5 minutes. So this is when the Ice Dogs will throw everything at the net. Down low. Malloy to it first. Off the glass, so Simpson will pick it up. Chipped forward. Will it make it to Lander? Simpson's there to help out. He's going to carry it in. He's got a couple of Ice Dogs to get around though, and it's a sweet stick check. I always trouble with the stick check from Tim Crowder. He just levels one of the North Stars there. Malloy up into the face, and Malloy's asking why it wasn't called.
2 minutes and 13 seconds left.
So they're calling for the North Stars are calling Rick. Where is the high sticking? Because Crowder brought that up in the face of Malloy.
In the face, yeah.
That wasn't seen, so it wasn't called. Sorry, Tori, you were going to say?
I was going to say, Paddy Naden, even though he didn't get the first goal, he got another goal later in the period.
Sure did.
And he's had 2 assists.
Been wearing with heaps of speed there. Gets a backhand trying to connect with Pat Naden, who was in front of the net. Ice Dogs forced it out of the zone, so Paddy Ward will get it, and Ferrari is out there with him and wearing now. Passes behind him, chips it into the zone. Naden, for checking. He's got Manko, who's wearing the C. Long pass. Goes through some leaks, picked up by the Ice Dogs. Slapped in there by Dunwoody. Into the corner. Actually found a picture of the New South Wales, I think it was Browns team from about 2008, and had several of these guys in there. Artis stops the puck, moves it aside. Tacky gets the puck away to Quayle. He nearly loses it in front of his own net. Stevenson chips it away, knocked back into the attacking zone by Trey Phillips. He's got Drolet out there with him. Puck bounces around. Drolet's going for a change, so Benteke will move it up to the left wing, and the Ice Dogs are on the attack. Quayle moves it into the zone. We're in the last minute, so Ice Dogs have to strike now to keep themselves in the game. Benteke fires it on net and stopped by Davis, and he shows the puck. Daniel Benteke's got a sweet slap shot. They'll be trying to get it into him, see if he can get it away. And he's filled a few players before. I've seen him walk into the zone. The goalie's expecting a wrist shot. He stops, slap shots it, boom, straight in. I saw him do it here once with Steve and I on commentary. It was pretty amazing. And Steve says, yeah, I've seen him do that before. We're going to timeout called. I'm assuming it's Ice Dogs.
51 seconds, 51 and a half seconds, sorry. Yeah.
51 and a half is good enough, close enough, Tori.
I'm getting there.
We're not going to get down to a hundredth of a second here. So it's a 2-goal lead for the North Stars. The Ice Dogs need to get a couple quick ones here. Of course, this is a really important game for them tonight.
The North Stars are looking still kind of not relaxed, but a bit more
flustered.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely looking at the bench.
Composed.
The bench cameras.
I think a lot of the elements I was expecting to happen tonight. We've seen the skill of the Crowder brothers of Dylan Quayle especially and Gareth Bartis. We know a lot of the Ice Dogs players for a long time, Taki and Manko and Dunwoody and those guys. But just with their shorter benches, you've made it hard with them. They've got a couple injuries.
Yeah.
Just kind of things I expected to find back from the Ice Dogs. We got it. I expected the North Stars to have a bit of advantage from 3 lines. We've got that. So I'm not going to call the ending of it yet. But tonight's kind of gone like I thought it would. Face off. And puck is bouncing around. Ice Dogs keeping the attacking zone. It's out now. It's in neutral ice. We've got an empty net though, so the North Stars hand it off. They've got a chance here to score. Banga can't get it in cleanly away to Pat Naden, who's coming in late. But we've got Thomas Menko with the puck. We've got 32 seconds of power play. Ice Dogs have an empty net. Pat Naden has a chance. Just wide of the net there, throws it, and Ice Dogs are calling for icing. Goal with a forecheck. It's loose. There's a chance for Quayle. Shoots. Saved by Davis. Another shot. And they score. I think Ice Dogs have got one in.
Yes.
Waiting for confirmation from referee. Yep. So they do get one back, but they've only got 12 seconds and 98 100th of a second.
But
to get a goal. Marty has to check what happened there.
We did see what happened in earlier in the game where 10 seconds and the Ice Dogs.
Well, they've got to do that again.
Score.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough call.
Let's see. Game on.
This is one of the. It's a very important face-off. Paul Crowder's taking it.
Landers the other.
Newcastle win it. Dumped in. That's all the North Stars had to do, really. And they're down now to. Oh, it's been called icing. And we're going back to the North Stars end. So it's still in the favour of the Ice Dogs. We've got 7 and a bit seconds in which to try and get an equalising goal. Tension remains here. This is intense. Crowd is a bit quiet now. Face off. One again by Newcastle. They've got the puck. 4 seconds. Tripped out. Is it in neutral ice? It is now. Fly towards it. Doesn't matter. It's a win for the North Stars. 5-4 in the end. A thrilling game from end to end, and the Newcastle sellout crowd goes a bit wild as they love seeing that one. Listen to the crowd a bit and see how well that was received. And really tough one for the Ice Dogs. They really put it all on the line. Great effort from them to come back from 3-0 down. Put the pressure on the North Stars, rattle a little bit. But in the end, Newcastle got it over the line.
And a close game is a good game.
Sure is.
And you can see a lot of the crowd still sticking around. And
yeah, we'll have the players will stick around to thank the fans for their great interaction with the game tonight. and keeping the energy high in here tonight really helped. And look, Ice Dogs, this is a full Northstars side now, with the exception of a couple of players, just Matt Lindsay and Tim Stanger out now. Ice Dogs have done really well to force the Northstars into pretty desperate times there. But in the end, you just got to have one goal more than the opposition. That's what the Northstars have got. So that last goal we had at the end there ended up being the game-winning goal.
Yes. Who scored it again?
So don't go anywhere, people. We have Northstars Live coming up. We're going to have player interviews. We'll probably also have coach interviews. Hopefully, Fitch Petrie, Captain Bert Malloy's revving up the crowd, trying to get some cheers going. And he's going around to thank everybody, as he does. He goes around the ice and thanks everybody.
This is what I love about Bert. This season, he has gone around to every single panel and thanks the crowd, and I think that is absolutely amazing. It shows the leadership and the appreciation that he has for the fans.
Yep.
You know, we had a really tough couple of years where we haven't made the finals. He's wearing his helmet backwards.
He likes doing that a bit. It's a bit of a tradition, especially with Bert.
Such a good leader and does it every game.
Yeah, he leads from the front. He took a few blows to the head in this one too and still kept going, and that's what he does.
That's why he's El Captain.
He's El Capitano. So it ends up being what I like to see. It ends up being a great story out of tonight.
Yes.
A great narrative. So we've had lots of tension. The crowd really got into it. A really tight game in the end. Ice Dogs did get one back to force it to the last 12 seconds.
Yes.
But, actually, Tommy Lander has been magic on the face-off. And that made a big difference. We won two of the most crucial face-offs of the game. Really helped out the Northstars.
Yeah, I think it was a very exciting game. It was a really good game. I think, we didn't know what the Ice Dogs were going to bring. We've seen them play a couple of different teams, like some teams that we haven't played this year.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was anything we could have seen them,
It all happened.
It did.
It's all happening here.
Yeah. So, I guess, I was really happy with the play of the game. That second period where we had so many different penalties, that gets a bit frustrating for everyone. So it was good to see a good third period where it was fairly clean.
It was fast. It was a fast period. Not so many penalties, still a few. We had that 5-on-3 where the Ice Dogs got one of theirs back, which was understandable. That often happens on a 5-on-3, even 4-on-3s, often result in goals, and usually for the attacking team. It does sometimes go the other way. So, plenty of tension tonight. I thought outstanding effort by Dane Davis.
Yes.
Had one mistake, but he made so many awesome saves, especially in the third period. That may not have looked spectacular, but made all the difference in the game.
Definitely.
So from Tori and I, that's it for tonight. We're going to see in 2 weeks' time. We've got the Canberra Brave. So we finally get to see these top two teams.
Yep.
Who have both only lost a single game each this season. And last we saw, the Brave were winning down to Canberra as well, 6-3. So it's likely we're going to have both teams with 12 games, 11 wins, meet in 2 weeks' time. Next weekend is the All-Star break, so catch the All-Stars. They're going to be playing here in Newcastle during the week, then in Sydney at Darling Harbour, and then they move on. And 23rd is our next one here. So that's enough for us tonight. We'll catch you later. Stick around for Northstars Live. Ellie and Gav, and we'll give you the news from the players and the coaches and more. Find out more about what went on tonight, what's going to happen from here. Thanks from us, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Northstars Live, the post-game show. We've just wrapped up here Sydney Ice Dogs and Newcastle Northstars. Northstars just holding on for a win, 5-4. What a game.
What a game. Fantastic game.
Absolutely.
Lots of penalties.
I don't
goodness.
remember the last penalty-filled game like that, but if it was going to be a game, it was going to be the Sydney Ice Dogs.
Against the Ice Dogs, yeah. You could really see that happening. Once we started to get those couple of goals up in front, the game started to get a bit ugly and chippy and everything like that. And, the ref had to call all those penalties. He had to end up calling the second period. Sending the guys to their dressing rooms and then working out all the penalties. And as our commentator said, the third period was a lot quicker and a lot faster game, and some great goals there. Some really exciting hockey and fast hockey, like end to end.
Absolutely. Well, let's run through this game before we get some people on to have a chat with. But through the first, let's go through the period. So the first period there, North Stars up 2-0 with goals from. I wrote these down so I wouldn't get confused.
Banger.
So Sammy Banger and Luke Simpson, our new import.
Goal.
So and
nice
I know,
goal too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Trey Phillips got an assist on Banger's goal as well. So both of our two new imports were strong representation in that first period.
No, it was good to see. They took their little bit to get their working out the way that Australian hockey's played, but once they got their groove in, you could see those guys are really good players and going to put some points on the board for us this year by the looks of it. Just first game in, both scoring a goal and getting points.
So we came into period 2, and period 2 was the extremely fiery one. So a goal from Bert Malloy made it a 3-0 game, and
captain's knock.
Captain's goal, and it kind of went a bit downhill from there. We got to lots of penalties, and it really came to a head there when the Sydney Ice Dogs got 2 quick goals. Credit to them though, they were 2 good, 2 goals, one after another.
That's right. Dane made a bit of a mistake down there, fell over, and they took advantage of that, which was good for them.
Well, you got to take, you got to take your opportunities.
Got to take it when you can, for sure.
Absolutely. So that 2 goals from Dylan Quayle and Alex Stevenson. Dylan Quayle's leading the Ice Dogs scoring for the year. He's an import. So and as you were saying, just when we started rolling, it really turned to chaos towards that end of the period. And
I haven't seen that penalty box filled like that for such a long time. At one stage, I think we had at least 5 guys in the box on both sides. It was just crowded. I think the penalty box guys didn't know what to do.
There was that. So there was time called with 25 seconds left in the period. I think the refs just called it, but
he had to. It was going to take too long. If Rick didn't call that and sat there and had the crowd, sitting on edge, the players all standing there wanting to know what's going on, he did the right thing. He's just say, right, go to your box. I'll work out how many penalties. It took him a good. The ice was half clean by the time Rick had finished putting the penalties down on the sheet. So, he did do the right thing there. But oh my goodness, how many penalties?
I know.
But saying that is the referee's job, and Rick did do a good job. He tried to clean the game up. It was pretty chaotic, and there was a lot of stuff going on behind the play that you would not normally see. There was a lot of stick checking and slashing and hooking, and a lot of the players were getting frustrated with that. So, if the refs not making those calls, it was going to get a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
So,
blood would
in
have
a
been
way,
drawn.
he did do a good thing. And, it is hard to say and be critical of a referee, because until you've been a referee at that level, it is difficult. And you got all these guys of that caliber of players yelling and screaming at you. You got to know your stuff.
So effectively, what the refs did, they called the period with 25 seconds left on the clock, sent everyone off. So it was effectively the break, but they came back, they played that 25 seconds, and immediately changed ends and then restarted.
Do you know what I found interesting after that is that they came out and done their 25 seconds. Each goalie went to their net, scratched up their net the way they scratch it up, and then they swapped. And you watch both goalies, and then they scratch the net up the way they like to scratch it up. It was so funny because goalies they get those things in their head, And I was saying to the guys that were near me, because one of them was a goalie, and I'm like, they can play on a goalie's head, that sort of thing. But it didn't seem to happen. But, just that little difference of setup of a period. It was different. So.
And the third period wasn't without its fun and games as well.
Yeah.
It was still still lots of penalties, but it was a bit calmer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, well, the guys who wanted to play hockey then, once they realised that the ref was just going to keep filling the penalty box, they, Ice Dogs got a power play goal after that penalties were in the box, and then the North Stars realised that they can't be chippy and hit back every time that they're getting slashed or whatever. So stay out of the box and play 5-on-5 hockey. You got a much better chance of winning this game. I'm sure that the coaching staff were really, trying to get the guys to stop. Francis Drolet, he was a great player out there tonight, and I saw he was getting very frustrated with a lot of the stick checking and everything like that. Simpson and what's the other new guy?
Trey.
Yep. You could see,
Phillips,
I could see them. Like I'd watch them each time they come down, and they'd be getting slashes on the hands and everything like that. And you could just see that they were getting a little bit frustrated, and then didn't realise what the ref was not going to call and everything like that. So.
Absolutely.
So
the Ice Dogs actually came out and fired the first shot in the third period. David Dunwoody locked it all up to 3-3, but Paddy Naden, who was a gun out there tonight.
4 points, I think Paddy got.
4-point game. So Paddy scored the tie-breaking goal, went to a 4-3 game.
That was a beautiful goal too. Like the
was.
setup, and it was coming out of the corner and got that shot, and you could really see that there was some feeling in that goal. So
absolutely.
it was good.
And then our other new import, Trey Phillips, came through with another goal, and then the Ice Dogs were dwindling down. We're in the final 20 seconds. The Ice Dogs pulled their goalie for that extra attacker, and it worked for them.
Yeah, they got that goal.
Alex Stevenson got another goal, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough.
No,
it was just
time ran out for him.
12 seconds left, and time ran out. So ended it 5-4 game.
5-4, yeah. Trey's goal too is a great goal. Walked through and put it in the 5-hole on the goalie. That was just a powerhouse goal. So. Yeah, credit to him. That was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, we'll get a couple of the Ice Dogs on and have a bit of a chat.
Okay.
Thanks, Gav. So we're going to get Dylan Quayle on Sydney Ice Dogs import and leading goal scorer, actually, just to have a chat. Hey, Dylan, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
So, run us through the game from your perspective. What was going on out there?
It was chaos,
yeah.
Absolutely. No, I don't know. I think they have a lot of speed, and so we had to match that tonight. They put a lot of pucks on net. They got off to an early start, 3 goals, and I don't think our team gave up. And
definitely
we
not.
pushed back pretty hard, and we made it a game out of it. So I think from a fan perspective, I think it was fun to watch. There were a lot of calls each way and power plays, but other than that, I think it was a pretty good game for both sides.
Gav and I was just talking, you guys were down 3-0 at one stage there, came back 3-2 and didn't it's the very last second there, you didn't let go. Alec with the last sort of goal there.
Yeah, even at the end there, but it's a long game.
Yep.
I think they were up 3-0, I don't remember, middle second or something, whatever, and we kept coming, we kept going, and like I said, it's a long game, so anything can happen. We got to keep putting pucks on net and driving the net, and so it worked out in that favor anyways. We came back and we couldn't give up.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because this is North Stars Live, but I'm sure a lot of Sydney fans are watching, might not actually have heard much about you. Where are you from, Dylan?
I'm from a town called Brampton, just outside of Toronto in Canada. I've been playing hockey my whole life, so it's my passion. Been playing over in I've been playing in Europe, States, everywhere, and then finally decided to make the trip over here and play a little Australian hockey.
So why the Sydney Ice Dogs?
I think the big sell is Sydney, but I for the past 5 years I've talked to some coaches and try to get an idea of what the league's all about. I talked to Andrew last year for a little bit, and this year, like I said, Sydney was kind of a place we wanted to go, so I decided, let's jump on that opportunity and play for the Ice Dogs.
And you're quite the presence for the Ice Dogs. You're the leading goal scorer for the guys. So you're obviously out there playing good hockey.
I do what I can. I play with a lot of good players too, so they help out. And my job is to help the team win. So I do what I can. And I guess things are working out that side of the game. So. keep on going.
And how have you enjoyed your trip to Australia so far?
Pretty good. I haven't done too much. I'm looking to do some more traveling a little bit, but I've been here for about a month now, a month and a half. My girlfriend's here with me, so we're looking to do some traveling a bit more as the season goes on.
Beautiful.
So
Awesome.
but it's really beautiful. Yeah,
That's
really great here.
Yeah. So from tonight's game, what will you sort of be taking back into practice and looking to do for your next game? Anything a bit different, or
I think you know what, from our team perspective, our coach Andrew, he came in the dressing room and told us, he was really proud of our effort, which was evident with the comeback. So I think we just kind of create a snowball effect and go back to the drawing board and keep building that. We worked hard. We had a lot of hits. We had a lot of speed, which was really great. It showed for us. So we'll continue to do that, and hopefully things start going better for us.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
We'll leave you to it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, have a safe travel back to Sydney.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dylan. Well, that was Dylan Quayle from the Sydney Ice Dogs, one of their imports, just having a chat about tonight's game. We're going to get Paddy Naden on now, have a chat. Oh, wait, maybe we'll get Fridge on first. Come on over, Fridge. No? All right, we're going to get Pat on. We're just deciding who's who. You should definitely put that on. No, I don't think it is. I'll hold that for you. So, hard hat winner. How's that feel?
That's not too bad.
Yeah. So you had a blinder today, Paddy.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. What was it, a 4-point game for you?
4 points.
Goal in there.
Two goals, two backwards.
Oh, two goals, hey? I think there's some contention about who scored that first goal. Either it's Sammy or you. We'll go and look at the score sheet for you, and we'll sort this out. But yeah, what was going on the ice for you? Were you just in the right spot? You just, I don't know, head really focused? What was going on?
I don't know. Yeah, it was just one of those games where I just in the right spot. Pucks are going in. Bit of a frustrating start, I guess, of the year. Like I've had a couple bounces just not go my way and that, but tonight they just seem to go my way. And then playing with players like I'm playing with, it's
And talk to us about playing with the new guys, Trey and Luke. What are they like out there?
No, they're unreal. They bring a lot of energy to the team, and it's good to have a full strength team again. A couple of weeks we've been down a couple of boys, and it's nice to have a full team again.
Yeah. Like it is we're almost at that halfway point in the season. I suppose it's not ideal to have to get two new players at this stage, but it seems like they're the right fit for the team.
Yeah, they slot in really well. Like I think they play to our game, and they're fitting really well.
And how are you enjoying the season so far?
No, I'm loving it. It's great group of guys, and I'm loving it. Having so much fun.
That's excellent. All right, Paddy, we'll leave you to it. We might get Fridge on. He just walked away, though. Of course he did. But yeah, we'll get Fridge on and have a chat and go and enjoy a hard-earned beverage.
Long weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ellie.
See you, Pat. Well, that was Paddy Naden from the Newcastle Northstars just having a chat. And, he's saying it's 2-goal game, so we're going to go and have a look at the score sheet there because that first goal was really tight between him or Sammy Banger. So, yeah, we'll get Fridge on now. Hey, Fridge, put those on. You'll be able to hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Excellent. So, yeah, that was a really tight game. You guys did not let up at all, right down to the wire there. Run me through the game from your perspective. Where were you going right and where did you sort of, not went wrong, but what happened sort of towards the end there?
I don't really think anything went wrong. I think we ran into a bit of a juggernaut of a team tonight. And I thought 5-on-5, I thought we did really well. It was probably the best 65 seconds of the game when we were 5-on-5. And it was a bit of a carousel of coincidental minors to the penalty box and constantly having to juggle lines and plug holes. And at one point, I think there were more guys from both teams' benches over there in the penalty box than there were on the players' benches. So, to be honest with you, as a coach, I'm getting a bit tired of that scenario. I'd like to see the players decide the games, and I'd like to see the players decide the games playing some 5-on-5 hockey and not be constantly refereed like an under-12s game, which is it's getting frustrating.
So what do you have to? What happens? Sorry, what has to happen there in order for that to happen for the players to determine the game more?
I think the standard of refereeing has to change. It's that simple. There's East Coast Super League in New South Wales for players who aren't quite of the calibre of AIHL hockey. You're not supposed to criticise something unless you have answers. And I've got suggestions. I've made a few in the past to the AIHL and they've been ignored. The current regime, the current commission structure is different, so maybe I need to revisit that. But that was the fastest game of hockey I've seen at the AIHL level. I'm not sure anyone would disagree with that. It was, two teams absolutely giving everything they have, and it wasn't cynical. No one was trying to break the rules intentionally or take advantage of each other physically. We were just going at the puck as hard as we possibly could, and constant whistles, breaking up all the rhythm. And like I said, obviously I'm making a joke, but 5-on-5 hockey, 60 seconds tonight. If it was much more than that, I'm not even really sure.
There's been lots of talk in the past about bringing in an import goalie or having an extra, not a goalie, sorry,
referee.
Extra import ref, or having four out there. Do you think there's would there be any advantage to having an import ref or?
Look, I think there has to be. I mean, if you just like for like. Every team brings 4 or 5 imports to the country to raise the standard of play, right? And the import players, typically speaking, there's a few exceptions around the league, but typically speaking, your import players are of a higher calibre. They're better players, right? That's not a criticism or a knock on the local Australians, but what it also does is it drives the talent level up locally. We have guys who are, playing with imports and improving their game as a result of being put in those situations. And I just don't see any reason, the league having grown to the level that it's grown now, I don't see any reason not to have import referees. Yeah. There are ways to do it that are financially viable. We can bring young East Coast or AIHL referees out here for the same experience that our import players come out here for.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why it can't happen, and I don't want to come off like I'm dumping on all the referees. I heard a really interesting interview with an NHL coach, and he said that he trusts the referees.
Yeah.
And he was asked, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, I trust that they're doing their best. Now, I believe that too. I think every AIHL referee and linesman is doing their best. But is their best good enough anymore? And that's the question. I mean, the answer is yes, and there are others where, the answer, quite frankly, is no. There are referees calling games at this level that aren't up to this level, who can't keep up with the play, who, are kind of killing games that are just dying to be exciting. And there's got to be an answer. There has to be a solution, and someone obviously higher up than me, needs to be making these decisions and making some changes.
Yeah, well, I can also see that because, it was a very penalty-heavy game. Whistles were constantly blown and a lot of confusion around what was going on, who was going in the box, how many skaters are actually on the ice. So there's definitely validation in that. Absolutely.
One of the underlying challenges that we have as a league too is we're constantly trying to bring the best quality imports that we can over here, and they might have the Newcastle imports might have a fantastic experience. They might live by the beach. They might make new friends. They might have a wonderful time. They might enjoy the 4 or 5 months that they spend here. But if the game's being crushed, if the joy of the game is being taken away from them by factors outside of their control, they're not going to be raving about the league. They might say, Australia's great, but we don't really want imports to come here just for a holiday. We want imports to come here who are passionate about hockey.
Play hockey. Yeah,
and it's kind of hard to be consistently passionate about something that's not familiar. And year after year we hear the import players. I think I've probably said enough.
Well, talk to me about the character of your team tonight, because there was a point there where they were down 3-0, but then quickly shifted the momentum to make it a 3-2 game. Really stuck with the Northstars right down to the end. Talk to me about the character of the team.
Well, the Northstars this year are fast, and that's the one thing that stands out. They're by far the fastest team we've played. And I knew that coming in, and I was preparing the boys for it, but you're never really prepared for it as a player until you're put under that level of pressure. We spoke after the first period about having weathered the storm and now wanting to be accountable to the front of the jersey, and everybody was. All the players dug in, they bought in big time and really played for each other right to the final bell. And the fact that we got back to tie the game on one occasion, I believe, having been down 3-rip against a team of that quality is testimony to the fact that we've got a good group in our locker room, and we just got to start getting some points.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not for lack of trying, definitely not.
Absolutely not, and I told them that. That was our best performance of the season, and we didn't even win, so it says a lot about the Northstars as a team.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Fridge. We'll get a couple more people on, but thanks, and we'll see you next game.
Thank you.
See ya. We're going to get Northstars import Trey Phillips on. He's just joining us for the first time on Northstars Live. Hey Trey, how's it going?
Sorry, what's
It's okay. We're just going to fix these up so you can actually hear. How's it going?
Good, thanks for having me.
That's great. Well, yeah. How was your first AIHL game?
It was awesome. You know, it was a good team win there. A little bit of some rough stuff, but
Yeah.
we pulled it out, so it was good.
It's not always like that. The Sydney Ice Dogs were always very competitive
Oh,
with
really?
them.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I've been hearing. So, but
Yeah. So run me through the game from your perspective. Was it what you're expecting? Was it slower, faster? I don't know, chippier?
chippier, but definitely faster.
Yeah?
There's some good players for sure out there, and the puck was wheeling around, and everyone was working really hard. So it was a good game.
And like you guys, you and the other new import we have, Luke Simpson.
Yeah.
You know, you obviously slid in well there because you know you're both in there with goals and assists tonight. Does it feel good to be like? I know you're not here just for goals and stuff. You're part of a team, but does it feel good to be able to put points on the board for the new team?
It definitely feels good to get that first one out of the way. You know, so it's a little bit monkey off the back or whatever, but it definitely wasn't something that either of us were thinking about coming in. You know, we're kind of just trying to feel it out, but also jump right in. And but it was nice to score a goal for sure. Yeah.
Well, awesome. I know, you're a professional. You come into new teams all the time, but what's the secret to being able to fit into a team? Like, is it just the group? Is it the experience of the team? Like, what is it that sort of helps it gel?
Well, I noticed that right away this locker room is really good. Most of the guys get along pretty well. It's a pretty tight group, and they were super welcoming to us. So
that's pretty important?
Yeah, no, it makes it totally easy. Like 3 days in, feels like we've already known, most of the guys like for a while now. Just everybody's so friendly, so welcoming. So it's been easy for us to jump in with this team for sure.
And what's it like playing with Luke again?
It's awesome. Yeah, no, we were pretty good buddies there back in Canmore playing together. So we've been pretty close friends since. So it's nice to get back playing together again. So on the other side of the world.
And you guys will be, I'm assuming, living together and going surfing together and doing those Australian things.
Yeah, exactly. Living together. Yeah, we already went surfing once.
Already?
Yeah,
you've
first
been here for like 3 days.
I know. It was fun. I got up kind of once, but definitely have to go again for sure.
It's only upwards from here.
Yeah, no, hopefully, yeah.
Oh, that's great. And so we'll back at practice and then back into. Well, actually, there's a weekend off.
I
was just like, what weekend are we up to? Weekend off. Have you got anything planned for the weekend off?
I think we're gonna go see Australia a little bit.
Yeah.
We're flying out tomorrow morning. I forget where. I think Queensland. Yeah. Surfers Paradise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a couple names. I'm not really sure, but it's supposed to be a fun trip and just kind of. Along for the ride, taking it all in. So it'll be fun.
And is there anything else you want to do here in Australia while you're down here?
I'm up for anything, honestly. I'm just excited to experience Australia and wherever I'm taken, I'm game. Yeah.
And another quick question for you: why did you come to the Newcastle Northstars this season? I know obviously you were asked and you got the opportunity. Did you know anything else about Newcastle, or did you do a Google?
A little bit. Well, Gary contacted me after my season, I guess, and we've had a dialogue back and forth. And originally I wasn't going to come this summer, but then things changed.
Yeah.
Gary contacted me again. The timing worked out, and we decided to come. And excited about it, but. It's been great so far, and I'm sure it'll keep being great. So. Yeah,
beautiful. Alrighty, well, we'll leave you to get showered and have a beverage. But thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks, Trey. Well, you can head off now, and I will get John on. That was Trey Phillips, one of the Newcastle Northstars imports for this season. Just having a chat about what he's doing here in Australia and how he's enjoying it. And now we'll get John Kennedy on, coach of the Northstars, to wrap things up. Hey, John.
How's it going, Ellie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Let me get adjusted.
Yeah, you adjusted now?
I'm good.
Can you answer some questions?
That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah, great. No, that was a big win for the Northstars. We were mentioning just before, but you guys were leading 3-0 at one stage there. The Ice Dogs came back, but to hold on for a 5-4 win, talk me through sort of the game from your perspective.
Oh, look, I'm very proud of the way we came out. That's how we want to play, and we want to have that consistency. We're confident in who we have and our game style. So, coming out to a 3-0 lead was nice, but at the same time, like that can happen. Like it can turn around just like that, and that's what happened. They got 2 back-to-back goals. One was kind of a little fluke with Dane Davis coming out of the net, but like that happens in this hockey. So like I said, I'm proud of the way we came out. Full. I'm thinking about the word. I lost it. Full respect, full honor, full respect,
yeah, full respect,
full credit,
full credit to
the Sydney Ice Dogs, to the Sydney Ice Dogs and the way they responded after the first period. They were not going to just bow down and let us run all over them. They came back and they fought hard. They fought absolutely hard, and they fought for the remainder of the game. So
yeah. Was it a good? We spoke at the sort of beginning of the season about testing your defenses. Was it a bit more of a test for you guys?
Oh, look, over the past few weekends it has been, and I think the team that exposed us the most was the Melbourne Mustangs when they played us here. That's when we realized we had to get better at our gap control. Teams were penetrating our zone when we had numbers, so we've definitely been working on that. And when you have forwards like the Crowders, who are very well, and so our defensively we have been picking up on that, and I guess it showed today.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk to me about the new guys, Trey and Luke. They seem to fit in really well to the team tonight.
Trey Phillips and Luke Simpson, they both did great. Obviously they just came off a plane Thursday, so they're still getting their legs underneath them. But skill-wise, for them to be able to execute and to be able to put 2 goals on the board was awesome. Especially Trey's goal was a very timely goal where he just turned it up and decided to take it coast to coast and put it in. So I expect great things from them. And like I said earlier, they fit well with our team system. They play a fast game. They're quick, responsive, aggressive. So. Look, they'll do well here.
Yeah. And so we have got the break next weekend, which will be, I'm sure...
Once again,
a couple of the players will be playing.
Couple weekends.
Couple weekends.
Not like next. You said next weekend.
Yeah, the 15th.
That's not the next weekend. We don't have the Brave. Next weekend is the All-Star break.
Yeah, I meant that. Okay, I'm going to start that again. John is always correcting me, and it's good, actually.
After our Perth trip?
Okay, so, after our Perth trip, we're not bringing that up again. Okay, so next weekend is the Ice Hockey Classic and All-Stars weekend.
Yes.
Game. We have a couple of North Stars in that, which is exciting. Bert Malloy, Shane Southwood, Francis, and Sammy.
Oh, and Sammy, okay.
Yeah, Sammy
I did not know.
too.
Okay, good.
There,
good.
See, I knew something. And then, but the following weekend, the 22nd, 23rd, we're back at home for a doubleheader against CBR Brave and Perth Thunder.
Yep.
So, it'll be an interesting game against CBR because they are a really strong team.
Oh, absolutely. I think the whole league will be watching that game.
Yeah.
Obviously the table toppers, us in Canberra. We're excited for it.
Yeah.
This is what you live for, and we know that them being, the defending champions, the cup goes through Canberra. So if we want to win it, if we want to take it this year, we know we have to go through it. And so we'll be preparing for that. Right now, like we said, we have the All-Star break, and I think a lot of teams have injuries, so we're going to make sure we rest those guys, let them recover and things like that. But trust me, that week of practice, it will be a battle, and we know who we're going up against. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see how the boys respond and just go from there.
Excited for the challenge?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us, John.
Thank
we'll
you,
leave you get to it before you correct me on something else. Thank you, John.
No worries.
Alrighty, well, we'll get Gav back and wrap up today's show. But just having a chat there with John Kennedy, the coach of the North Stars. He's just handing off to Gav. Hey, Gav.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
That's good. Had some really good chats with Dylan Quayle. Just saying hi there. Dylan Quayle, and Fridge from the Sydney Ice Dogs.
Yeah, you were talking to Fridge for a while.
Yeah, we were talking about refereeing.
What do you have to say about that?
He had a lot to say on refereeing.
Bad? Good?
Measured. It was measured, but he said that
that's the thing Fridge will do. Fridge will be critical, but he'll never say anything that's derogatory.
His opinion is that things need to change with refereeing. There's too much whistle blowing in the game. The players should, dictate the game
but he's
a little
got to
bit
call
more.
the chippy stuff, and that's. I'm not being critical about the Ice Dogs, but that is a big part of their game. And Fridge, definitely in his career back when he was playing, that was part of his game.
Yeah.
So the skill level of this game now has got a lot higher,
Yeah.
and you got to let it go as far as fast, allowing those better skill players to be able to give themselves some room.
Yeah.
I was talking to Trey, and he was saying he had 5 slaps on the wrist that he was not happy about.
Didn't
so
get called, yeah.
Fridge will have his comment, and I'll have my comment on it. But I think Rick's got to call some of that stuff.
Yeah.
It just starts to get out of control. So,
absolutely. But and we also talked with Paddy Naden. He said he had a ripper of a game.
That was Paddy's best game this year for sure, by far.
Feeling pretty good about it.
Absolutely, and he'll take a lot of confidence out of that.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. Like, if we can get our local players playing to that standard every week, that's fantastic. Like, Liam got the game-winning goal last week, and then Paddy to get the 4 points tonight, got the hard worker's hat tonight, and good on him, fantastic.
Pat said he got 2 goals tonight, so
I thought he did too.
Yeah, a lot of people did. So we're going to go review that first goal.
Honestly, my opinion was that he got that first goal that I think went down a semi-banger, and then he got the other goal, and then when they pulled the goalie and Sammy was feeding the puck to Paddy to try and get him that hat trick, and he missed the net by a square inch, and I was talking to Paddy pre-interview, and he was pretty confident that he was going for a hat trick tonight. So
that would have been amazing.
Yeah, well, it would have been amazing. But if he celebrated that he got a hat trick on the empty netter, and then everyone goes, "Oh no, well you didn't get that first goal," it'd be like, "Well, hang on." So
we'll go back to the
video. Go to the video, thanks. Yeah.
But and also had a really great chat with Trey just about not only his first game, but also
coming to Australia.
Yeah, coming to Australia, and they go off to Queensland to experience a bit of Australia this weekend.
Oh yeah, because we've got the break.
Because of break. Yep. And then John correcting me, I wrongfully said that we're playing CBR next weekend, but I knew what I was going on.
No, the week after, but
the
22nd.
So some really great stuff. But we'll be back on the Northstars Live. We'll be back on the 23rd. Yeah. The Perth Thunder game. June 22's game against CBR Brave will be the Fox game. Yep. So that will be.
So you miss us that week.
Yeah, you'll miss us. Well, that game.
Yeah.
But that will appear on Fox Sports the Thursday after.
Yes.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I think that wraps up
it
things
here.
Yeah. So,
great win.
Great win for the Northstars. 5-4 against the Sydney Ice Dogs. We'll be back on June 23rd. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye for now.